Right,
Hello.
3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello.
There you go.
There we go. That was just as terrible as I'd hoped it would be.
Yeah, it is pretty
And
bad.
Simon has currently gone to go and grab food. We unfortunately are lacking Romulus as he has been forced into playing family fun and games around the table, which you know is all its terrible fate, and we hope that he's okay. I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll manage it.
He doesn't have enough revivifies.
No, he doesn't. I hope he survives and comes back to us, but I'm sure it'll be okay. And we miss you, Harlan, and hopefully I won't use too many rages today, depending on what the party does. So, it's fine. Party will do okay. I trust.
Good,
Sort
someone
of.
does.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'll wait for. Do you want to wait for Simon to get back, or do you want to
yeah,
just
be
get started?
fine. We'll wait.
Yeah. Hopefully
Well,
Simon will be back
he's only
soon.
going to grab his food.
That is true.
I vote that we push Damien into each room first.
Oh, we put him in the cart and push the cart in.
I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back, Simon. So, with that, we shall begin.
Just push him into the room first. It's fine.
Hello, everyone. We're back. We are missing one burly Minotaur, but I'll be playing them for today, but that's none of your concern. Last session, our still unnamed party of adventurers, Cat, Damien, Kay, Romulus, and Vinny, have arrived at the entrance to the Jade Mine, after a rather interesting trip to get here, including a giant crocodile and a small landslide. Investigating the barracks and offices first, they were ambushed by a small group of giant wolf spiders who were intent on trying to subdue the party. A few splats later, they were no longer a problem, however. The party did have a slight issue, as they did notice a tiny, or a small, red flower in the swamp, and curiosity piqued for both Cat and Kay. Despite Romulus's warnings about it being a potential predator, they went anyway, and furthermore, the party left them unsupervised. Having almost lost Cat to the flesh snatcher, you have all just finished up a short rest, currently eating a little bit of food as the mist clears from the early morning, burned away by the sun's glow now blitzing the gorge. Before you lies the entrance to the mine, an abandoned minecart on its exterior, and the gloomy dark calling each of you in. What are your plans?
Well, I guess we should head in eventually.
I think we've done enough sightseeing, Cat.
Yeah, no more flowers for me.
Kay is thinking that he needs to get a couple books that are titled Parenting for Dummies. Give them to the party.
Wow.
We could give it to them for Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I guess we're going in.
Yes.
I suppose we just-
Heading straight in would possibly be stealthier. Sending more lights in would give us more of an opportunity to.
Well, I've got my mace glowing. I can't undo my mace glowing.
Oh, is that just permanent now? We just...
For 24 hours, yeah.
That's for 24 hours or until he expends the use of it. I believe you can adjust the brightness of it, though.
Let's have a look.
But I think that's the extent of what you have access
Can we
to.
have a look at his mace? Does it have a dimmer switch?
Does it have a dimmer switch? No, surprisingly, his mace does not have a dimmer switch.
Ah, well, we're all doomed then. By stealth.
I can pass it on. Pass on the light by touching against other valid objects which glow to the same light intensity.
Does it say anything about modifying the light intensity?
No.
Okay.
So it's just bright for 24
Yeah.
hours.
Oh, I can bring it down to a minimum of 5 foot of dim light at your mental command.
Oh, yes. There you go.
So there you go. I
Okay.
can.
So you can
I
adjust it.
can dim it as party deems fit.
Okay.
All the way out. You don't need it.
No, we need some light because some of us don't have dark vision.
One of us don't have like right now. I guess there's two. I forgot about Romulus already.
Yeah, there's a Minotaur who's also otherwise blind.
Okay, then let's
Go.
let's go.
Doesn't seem like there's anything else for it.
I can lead if you wish. I've got the light. I guess Romulus would probably
You
need
are
to
the
stay.
tank.
Romulus would need, yeah. Romulus would need to stay near me, I suppose, so that he can see. I mean,
That would be true, yes. So he can go just in front of you, or you can pass on the light to somebody else. But keep in mind, you can't adjust the light once you passed it on. So you could always give Romulus, like, for
yeah, I'll
example,
just give Romulus
dim
my
light.
mace, and I'll be fighting with a hand axe and a
No,
shield.
no. You can pass on the light by touching his weapon to pass the light onto his, and it will create another light on his axe.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Or his maul. Yeah. By pass it on, it means that you can chain it, almost like lighting more torches.
Yeah. Oh, and then it would stay on mine.
It would stay on yours, yeah. So that
Oh.
you can adjust your one mentally. You can't
Oh, it's
adjust
just not his.
No.
Okay.
So once you've given him one, that's the set brightness on it.
Oh.
How long does it last on his?
24 hours.
Oh, so it would last 24 hours on whoever's it
It,
gets.
it,
added
it
to as
lasts for
well.
the duration since Damien cast it, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
So in this instance, Damien, if he were to pass on the light at its current brightness, would be 30 foot of bright light and 30 foot of dim light. But then if he were to dim his, Romulus's doesn't dim. It stays at that brightness.
Yeah.
So you've got to be very careful and strategic with what you're planning.
How far do you want the light to go? Yes, we're going in. Because I could do that for Romulus, but
Let's
up to you.
let's just. If
Worry
we
about
need
that
to,
later.
yeah, if we
Okay.
need to share the light, that'll be okay. But for the time being, you've got
Okay.
light. Half of us can see, so
At the moment, it's shining like 30 foot brightly and then 30 foot dimly.
well, I think stealth is just out of the question, isn't it?
I can turn it down, that's what I'm saying. So I could say turn it down to 10 and 10 if you wanted. Or less if you wanted.
I mean, if is stealth actually part of the plan?
I
Because
don't-
Damien, you're not.
Stealthy.
I mean,
You're not
if
very
you want
quiet.
stealthy, I may as well be at the back and let all of you guys try tanking. Because, I mean, you've seen my initiative rolls. That's a good hint to another stat.
Well, it's darkness in there, so even those of us with dark vision will be in dim light. So we should have some light, and that makes stealth difficult. So let's just head in.
Okay,
Then we'll go. We'll let
so I'm
beacon
keeping
of
it
hope
at
be.
30-30.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Fair enough. No, it's all right. Just asking the question. That's cool.
Okay, so you're keeping it at 30-30 as you head in then.
Apparently, yeah.
And what's the exact marching order you're going for?
Oh, I think I'm in the lead. Romulus would have to be behind me, I assume.
I'll be behind Romulus. I don't mind squatting in the middle.
Okay.
Who wants to
Kay
take
and,
the rear?
Kay and Vinny, where would you like to be?
I'll be at the backpack.
Okay.
At the back? Does that mean away from the rest of them, or just at the back of the queue?
Just at the back of the group.
So,
The only time I'd be away from them is if I was going ahead, not behind.
okay. So, heading in, are you following the minecart tracks? Are you walking beside?
I guess we're going the minecart tracks initially, because we've got nothing else to follow initially.
Okay.
Until we see a branching road, I guess we're not doing anything.
Okay.
But
So,
follow.
traversing the track down through the mine entrance, it remains level for a time before it begins to slowly move into a downward slope. It travels a little ways into the mountain itself. Or, not the mountain, the cliff edge. A large number of sticky webs are otherwise beginning to coat the floors, the walls, and the ceiling of this particular tunnel as it begins to descend further downwards. Following the main rail, you find yourself approaching what looks to be a large chamber ahead of you. And I presume you continue in, and you said you weren't bothering with stealth.
No, I think we pretty much ruled stealth out of the window. So we are plodding. We're not being noisy. We're not like actively getting saucepans and banging, but we're not
No.
actively trying to be
No.
quiet.
Okay. Heading into this, or looking into this first chamber, you can see that there is a broad amount of webs that are currently covering your path. They coat the track, and they're obscuring vision further in, but the light is going through it and into the room beyond. I would like Damien to make me a perception check, please, as you are in the lead, to see what you can see.
Not a lot.
Okay. Unfortunately, despite the light, where you're trying to hold it up and see through the webs, you're not getting much of a good view, I'm afraid.
There's a lot of webs here.
Hmm.
Well, we kind of knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
We can't really see anything beyond it.
No, the webs are unfortunately too obscuring from what angle you can glean from this that you're unable to really gauge what you're able to do here.
Do you need a hand cutting through them?
Damien?
Sorry?
Do you need a hand cutting through them?
No, I could attempt it with my mace. Unless, Romulus behind me wants to use his glaive or something to cut through it.
I can use my axe.
Yeah?
Stand back. He's going to move ahead of you. And he's going to take a swing with his Dane axe downwards. And seeing it'll be Romulus, he's going to say he's going to reckless attack it.
Oh god, he would.
Yeah. Okay, he's swinging down with his Dane axe. Note, this is a D10, not 2D6. That's his maul. Okay. Yeah, sufficient damage is the other way. Swings down with his mace, or not mace, the Dane axe. You watch as it parts the webbing right in front of you, as it begins to fall and almost flutter to either side. How like wind kind of blowing in. You can see what looks to be an old discarded barrel to one side. But more importantly, you see yourself in what looks to be a large but low-ceiling chamber of this what looks to be natural cavern. Around its rim are what looks to be crates, boxes, barrels, general containers, and each of them have labels on them. Time has smudged them a bit, but they are still legible from what you can tell. The main minecart rail seems to travel through the room, leading further across to the other side to a main tunnel straight ahead. The rest of the room is otherwise coated in a very thick layer of webbing, with sections of webbing blocking the path forward. I'll say you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that would be the extent of where your vision can see currently, unless you wish to move further into the room.
Well, I mean, I could go back in front of Romulus. Romulus has cut the web up. I think I want to go as far as here and then try and sort of perceive what's going on around.
Okay, go ahead and make me a perception check then, please.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Total?
5.
5. Looking around the room, you can see the barrels, the minecarts. You can see the opposite side of the chamber as well, where the webs are currently covering the track going forward. But you can see the room is otherwise coated in kind of this thick layer of webbing that's covering everything. Looking around, even with your light, it's kind of glancing off of the white labeling on the boxes. I mean, you're unable to read what they are at this distance, but otherwise that's what you can see.
Is the box I'm assuming that this web just goes from here to there.
Mm-hmm.
So I could probably go into this space and I won't trigger it. And I'd like to get maybe here just to have a look at these boxes.
Okay. Go ahead and make me. Actually, no. I'll say you can see the crate. This barrel in question, as you otherwise look at what it seems to be labelled, you can see that the label is otherwise smudged, and as you otherwise kind of give it a look, the writing has been purposefully smudged by a hand.
Oh. Okay. Guys, you coming in?
Yeah. I'll be behind that.
Let's move up.
Jeff isn't on my head, by the way. He's in front of me, and my arms are crossed over him.
Oh, okay.
Protectively, in case
Okay.
something does just jump out.
Okay. Romulus will go to here, following in footsteps. Where are you three going?
I'll be following Romulus.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, straight in the web that I avoided.
Yeah. Yeah. As Vinny, you kind of go and step into the web. You kind of push past it, your hand brushing against it. It breaks, not necessarily easily, but you kind of pull your hand. It's kind of snaps, and there's a light reverberation as you watch as it travels around the room's coating of webbing.
I was trying to not do that, Vinny. I mean, I don't know if there's any spiders around. I don't want to trip any webs prematurely, but anyway.
We were swinging at
Fair
one of the
enough.
webs with an axe.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Sounds
connected to any of the others. Anyway.
We'll
The,
see.
the room here is coated with webbing, however, with these slices, it didn't seem to have caused too much of a disturbance. Okay, if you wish to move up, please go ahead and do so.
You didn't see anything on the boxes then?
I will try and read some of the labels if I can.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Perception.
Well, actually, no. Which ones are you looking at specifically, I should say?
Whatever's closest and more catches my eye. So I'd probably say, yeah, the ones to the north of me.
Okay. Perception check as you are looking from a distance. You're not up close to them.
Perception.
Kay, go ahead and make me a survival check, given you said you messaged me about looking for tracks. No for you, Cat?
That's in that one.
No. As you're otherwise looking over, the webbing's making it difficult to see what's actually on the boxes and the labels. The labels are quite small. So it does make it quite difficult.
It's true. My hair's probably all in Jeff's face anyway. Poor Jeff.
So what was that, Suds?
It was a 7 before I accidentally hit the button again.
Okay, so 7 plus...
No, it was 7 total before I...
Oh, 7 total. Okay. Okay. So looking for tracks, you can see that the tracks enter in, but the moment like you begin to hit the webbing and it begins to coat the floor, it's a lot harder to see any tracks whatsoever.
Anybody see anything on these boxes?
They're too shiny.
Mine's got a deliberately smudged label on it.
I don't want
I'm gonna look at these ones if I can.
Okay. Are you looking through the webbing or are you stepping up to it?
Sorry, Vinny's already triggered today's web, so I'm gonna step through the webbing and have a look up close.
Stepping through the webbing, kind of pushing through and breaking the webbing. You have a look at these barrels in particular. These ones, looking at them, these barrels are labeled water.
Interesting. I wish to open one of the barrels if I can.
Okay. Cracking open a barrel, or otherwise lifting its lid, you have a look inside and you can see that there is indeed water in here. It's clean water, it looks like.
Okay, I'm going to replace the lid.
Mhm.
I've got some water over here, and the label says water, so that's a hopeful sign that they haven't mislabeled things.
Okay.
Does anyone remember how long this place was abandoned for?
A couple of weeks, I think. Off the top of my head.
I believe it was a couple of weeks, and since the cartographers were asked to deal with it, so you didn't have an exact amount. The last you were told is that it was a couple of weeks since the cartographers sent somebody in. So it's been abandoned for at least 2 weeks, I believe.
Right. The water here looks good.
For the sake of 2 weeks, that's a lot of webs, so...
Well, spiders...
Quite the infestation that's potentially here.
Yeah, we're gonna find some stuff.
Okay. Alright. So the barrels have got water. What
Look,
about
these two in front of me.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go over to near K, and I'm gonna get a closer look at the boxes.
So you're gonna go through the webs.
Yeah, I mean
Yep,
everyone's jumping through the webs anyway. So
Okay. Going through the webs, I'll say K, you're in this space here just to stop tile problems. Looking at these ones are labeled oats.
just a supply room, I guess, between the water and
Where
the
is
oats.
this?
Someone said, "Where is this?"
No, Kay was
No?
saying something.
Oh.
I didn't mean to mute. I didn't mean to unmute myself.
Oh, okay,
Ah,
right.
okay.
Okay. Well, we've got supplies. We've got water in that barrel. We've got oats in this. I mean, if the other boxes have got other bits in, then we've got food and drink. And impending doom. This is a fun place.
Oh, we could make some porridge at least.
Were these the boxes that where the label was smudged?
Yes, and looking at those labels, they are also smudged. They have been like rubbed out.
Is there much webbing on the boxes anymore? Where they were?
You broke them, so I'll say the webbing has draped down. But if you wish to clear it, I'll say go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Sure. I'll take a bit of a closer look at this box. That's a 6.
Looking at the box, I'll say it's a fairly easy DC given you're next to it. You kind of wipe the webbing away and kind of tearing bits off and having a look at it. It's a smudged label, yeah. Like the label has been intentionally smudged.
Are the boxes super covered in webs? Can I try? And
No,
open
not
one of them?
particularly. Not now that you've like cleared them off.
Okay. Can I try and open one then? See what's inside?
Yeah, easily enough. You kind of go to lift the lid, and it's a little bit stuck, but then eventually it comes off, sliding off, and you look inside, and it's empty.
An empty mystery box. That's strange. It's like completely empty. There's no
Yeah.
crumbs or anything at the bottom.
No, there's like bits of dust, but outside of that, no, not really.
So somebody went to great efforts to disguise what was in this box, and yet it's empty.
Or maybe they just finished using the contents of the box and rubbed it out so they could reuse the box.
Is it on the box itself, or is it like a?
It's on a like a white label, so it's been. You can see where it's just been kind of smudged and rubbed out. It's just kind of this charcoaly looking stain on the front of it.
Why not just remove the label and stick a new one on?
Budgets? Question mark?
Confusing.
Can I try sniffing the box and seeing what type of smells I get?
Make me a perception check.
One of us will eventually roll half decent.
One day, someone will roll above 5.
While everyone's doing what they're doing, I'm
Hey, it's
down
above
here.
5.
It's above 5. That's a 10.
What was that?
It's a 10. What was
Yeah.
that, Cat?
10.
So while everyone's doing what they're doing, I'm going to be looking down to make sure nothing's coming up the corridor at us.
Okay, make me a perception check. From Kay, as you otherwise go to sniff it, you recognise the smell. Meats. Not old meats, salted meats, like rations, like the ones your companions carry.
Food. your
What's the
guys'
total there,
food.
Cat?
14.
Okay, thank you.
I might want to have a look at the
was
box
food.
and barrel right in front of me.
Looking at the box and barrel in front of you, that box there says... no, sorry, that box has a label smudged out, sorry.
Okay.
And then the barrel next to it says water.
Oh, so they're all water,
All three of them are
and
water.
smudged up.
And a
Cool.
smudged box, yeah. Okay, you're heading over here?
I'm just standing over here. I mean, I guess I could look at the boxes, but Kay's not particularly interested in the boxes. He's more interested in making sure nothing gets a jump on us.
Okay.
What did you roll on? Your thingy?
My perception,
Yeah.
14.
That was looking down the corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking down the corridor.
Oh.
Anything else
Well-
any of you would like to do?
Doesn't seem.
Well, I'd
that we're
like to
finding
have a
very
look at
much.
these. But, yeah, have a quick look.
Well, we're in no hurry. Go for it.
What have we
Having a
got?
look over them, you can see another one of these states oats,
Mhm.
and you note that it is otherwise open. And looking inside, you can see that there are, where the lid has kind of just been toppled off to one side, you can see that there are sacks of currently a little bit of dark greeniness to the burlap sack's nature, but you can see the front of it is labeled oats, and the other two are labeled meats.
Okay. Any other books that I'm kind of on top of? The pile
Yeah,
boxes?
those two are meats. The open one here.
Oh, I
is
see.
oats.
Okay, gotcha. Do you want me to have a look and see if these meats are okay? We could restock with some rations if you wanted.
It can do. I think we're all. I mean, sure. I don't know how people are doing for rations, but
8 at the moment, but these we don't have to pay for at least.
true. But we could probably get them on the way back out in case we find something that. Just trying to
True.
think of not carrying too much.
Yeah, that's true. Alright.
Looks at Romulus.
Did you see anything?
Willing to hedge a bet that he's probably trying to pick up an entire crate of oats already.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm not gonna do it because
No,
he's not
but I
here,
can
so-
imagine it.
Did you see anything down the corridor?
There's nothing I
Down.
can see.
No? Okay, I'm gonna stand here and have a look myself.
Okay, maybe a perception check.
See if I can actually roll a decent number. I need a higher than 3, and that would be a decent number. Oh, well, it's a 5. So that's a 7 overall.
Cool. Get all these bad rolls out of the way now.
Yeah.
Looking down the corridor, you can see that it continues, and then but it is going downwards, making the observation a little bit more difficult. But you can see that there are thick webs throughout, kind of continuing along the pathway.
Okay. Are we ready to advance, guys?
I think so. Oh, can we see what's going on down here, Chris?
I'll say in this instance, nobody with high enough perception was able to notice it, unfortunately.
Okay, so we can
Brilliant.
just see webs all over.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see webs all over. Yeah. With your astute eye, you are correct. There is a gap here, but unfortunately, none of you have rolled high enough perception to be able to spot it.
Brilliant.
Highest was 14, and
Right,
DC's
I'm gonna
15,
go-
unfortunately.
Well,
What
hang on. Are
can
you
you do?
going ahead, Kay?
Yes, I'm just
You're
gonna
gonna
make
slice
sure.
and dice the webs.
No.
Oh,
Okay, so Kay,
Oh,
as you walk into the webs, you then begin to they begin to
I
cling to you.
wasn't going to them yet. I'm just
You
trying to
went
be
straight
ahead
through
of.
them.
Oh, those ones?
Yeah.
Oh.
webs?
Yeah.
I would have cut through those ones. I just wanted to get ahead of the. He was talking about these ones over here.
I was in
I
general.
wasn't trying to get to these ones yet.
Okay, so you're
That's
going to
what
cut
I
through
was-
these ones?
Yeah, I'll cut through those ones.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
13. Uh,
Ignore the poison damage here; it's irrelevant.
9.
9. Easily enough, you otherwise cut through the webs, your tail slicing through as the bits of fabric otherwise, or not bits of fabric, bits of webbing otherwise fall to either side of the chamber, where you otherwise move forward and away from the rest of the party as everyone gets back into your marching order.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You keep going, cutting webs?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that there's an area that could have spiders hiding behind us, I'm going to be checking over my shoulder as we go.
Okay. I'll
Before-
say go ahead and make me a perception
Before I
check.
enter here, I'm going to look up at the ceiling to make sure there's nothing above us.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check, both of you.
Oh, no.
Could have been a lot better.
13.
13.
17.
17, as you're otherwise looking back and keeping an eye. Yeah, I'd say given you'd be doing that from around here, it will be half cover. So you do note that there is like a patch of webbing where it kind of buffets slightly in the wind, now that you're kind of a little bit less obscured. Where a bit of the webbing does proceed to kind of move and buffet. It's up to you if you wish to mention it or not. But Kat, as you otherwise look up, you can't see anything moving around on the ceiling.
Okay.
Well, the webs are a bit more disturbed now, but no sign of any spiders. Let's keep moving.
So, Kay, are you cutting through these ones, or?
Mm.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack. I'll say make me 2 attack rolls, 2 separate rolls for this, please. Just because it will be proceeding through the next bunch of webs, I'm going to assume. Okay, both hit. And damage is good on both. You otherwise slice through the next few webs, using your tail to hack through them as they fall away, opening the area up a bit more, say, as you arrive at this particular portion of the dungeon ahead.
Alright, now that we're at a new portion, I am taking an immediate look around and making sure I can't see anything around. There are spider webs everywhere, and we haven't seen a single spider yet.
No, that's fine. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
You, me, your mom. And Neil.
Of course!
My goodness.
That's another 10.
Another 10. Okay. Looking around the area, you can see what looks to be, or as you otherwise follow the minecart track, you otherwise will see what looks to be a large pit of this cavern itself, off to your left of the main minecart track. You can see that it's otherwise filled with various bits of stone rubble and a few discarded bits of equipment, which have since broken and aged over quite some time. You can see there is a lighter covering of webs in this area, and nothing really else of note. There is a small ledge that drops off into the pit itself, and the tracks seem to bend round to the right from your current heading deeper into a more gentle slope, as you have come down a little bit more of a harsher one.
Nope, I've seen nothing, so I'm gonna keep going.
How far?
Well, I mean, there's a pit. I don't think I want to go in the pit, so I'm just gonna keep following them.
Okay. As we go
Minecart
round,
things.
I want to have a look around as well, inspect.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception or investigation check of your choice. And Vinny, I presume you're still maintaining your view from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be
I'm gonna do an
trying to show
investigation
the
check.
trick, but I'm looking as much as possible.
Splendid. There's a 5 again.
Everyone's rolling so well. I love it. The moment we get to combat, you're all just going to roll chain 20s and destroy a combat, and my
Yeah.
play testing is going to be just out the window.
Yep.
Wonderful. I'll say with the investigation, you can see the ledge kind of goes down maybe 5 or so feet. You can see a particular section of the minecart track here where it's a little bit more damaged. You can see what looks to be a few more bumps and scrapes on one side. You can see that the wood here is a bit more well worn. That's about it. There doesn't seem to be of anything of note, interest, or anything like that.
Next person in the line, please roll a perception or investigation check.
Oh god.
Well, we've got Vinny looking behind, Cat looking up, Kay's looking forward, and you've done the check. So I'll say in this instance,
Romulus is just
Romulus is
Silly.
enjoying himself.
wow. That's an awful image.
It's probably just telling me all the things he can make with the oats that we've made to leave behind.
Yeah.
I think there's also that, and he's admiring the collection of webs getting in his horns.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, the webs that are beginning to collect in
Unforce.
sorts. So, Kay, you are otherwise obstructed again by another web. If you wish to
Uh,
proceed, go ahead and make me another attack roll, please.
Is this one? You said lighter. Are the webs themselves lighter, or is just a lighter amount?
Lighter amount, so they're not as dense.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attack.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you kidding?
That is a what to hit?
That's a 10.
That hits. Yeah,
I hope that hits.
it's fine. I don't think you can fail on anything other than an @1 here, so that's fine. Damage, yep, easy enough. Otherwise, slashing down with your tail, it cuts through, parting the webs to either side, as you otherwise are able to proceed unobstructed. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. Given your passive perception, I'll say that you're beginning to pick up hints of a little bit more dampness up ahead.
It's getting wet.
What
Wait,
is?
water? Just water up ahead.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess
Okay.
it's understandable. We are underground. May pool in places.
Yeah.
Forward, since I cut through.
Okay. Heading through with your party following suit.
How deep is this pit next to us?
Well, okay, we'll find that out in a moment.
What?
Oh, that pit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, but I thought when you said that, the pit next to us, I thought I saw someone's hand over here, and I thought it was yours.
Oh no.
No. The pit next to you it goes down about 5 feet, and it's just filled with rubble and broken tools. It is definitely a safety hazard should someone try to climb over it.
Oh, okay.
By any means, but like it doesn't seem to be like a. You don't know how deep it goes, given it's full, but
No, but like I can see it clearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
cool.
you can see it clearly. It goes down about 5 feet, and there's very little webbing in this area.
Okay.
Probably not a big deal.
It's okay. Heading into this chamber, looking ahead with the bright light illuminating everything, you see what looks to be the open chamber. It smells very fresh with moisture and plant life. The cavern walls here seem to be slicker than they have been in previous chambers, and you can see, I'll say from this angle, you can see that it otherwise drops off from what looks to be a ledge or a bridge of some form, that otherwise drops off going to one side down into a pit from what you can tell from this current angle. Looking at the rail ahead, you can see what looks to be a minecart, currently stationary despite the downward slope. And you can see that the webs are beginning to pick up again.
Is there webbing on the wheels or something? Can I see that from here?
I'll say from this distance, it's a little bit difficult to tell. You can make a perception check or investigation check if you wish to get closer.
The webs that are in front of me, they're not ones I have to cut.
They are. I'll say because of the denseness here, you'd have to cut through them. Yes.
Okay. It looks like up ahead it opens up, so everybody be on guard.
Okay.
You missed me already?
And Kay's gonna cut through it.
Sure, nice, already.
Okay, okay, so cut through it. With your tail, you swing down, cutting through the webbing, and you are now.
Do I not have to roll?
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I got to make sure you don't want to roll a natural one. Yes, you're fine. Cutting through the webbing, vulnerable to slashing damage. So as your tail cuts through the webbing, it slices, sliding to either side, as you otherwise, as the webbing otherwise just falls to either side of the minecart track here. But you can see there is very, very little room for maneuvering here. The walls themselves are slick, even though they are covered with webbing. Kind of, there's a light dew almost hanging on the webbing themselves. While off to the left, you can see the cliff goes to a sheer, or the ledge to the edge goes to a sheer drop off. Can't really see too much else given the light and your current position's angle.
Well, first off, I'm gonna move to here just so I can see a bit more of the room.
Okay.
And before I actually walk in, I am going to try and see if I can see literally anything.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check then, please.
Please, something other than a 6. An 8.
Eight.
Okay,
Hey, we're getting better.
that's a 12.
12. Looking around the chamber, it's a little bit difficult to see, but you can see, I'll say with the light and your dark vision helping, you can see across the chamber what looks to be the water itself. Looking down over the ledge, it goes down 20 feet or so, where it otherwise hits the water below and then proceeds across the pool. You can see what looks to be moss that lingers around the edge, plants that grow up and sprout, kind of forming these little pockets around the water's surface. And across the way, you can see what looks to be huddles of mushrooms, and you can see webbing that otherwise clings to the entirety of the walls running around here, and the ceiling as well, as you can see what looks to be just these patches of mushrooms covered in webbing. You also see what looks to be these dangling bits of webbing that otherwise come down from the ceiling almost like ropes.
I want
They
those
kind of
mushrooms.
and you can see they kind of get close to the water's surface, but not deep within.
I want those mushrooms.
So also with that perception check, you can see that there is no webbing wrapped around the wheels, it would seem.
Huh.
As far as the mushrooms would be... I can't see them.
You can't see it.
I'm going to move up and see if I can, like, try and peer into the minecart and see if anything's in it.
Okay. Looking inside, there doesn't seem to be anything in it. You can see what looks to be some kind of lever or switch on the other side of the minecart, but you have no idea what it does.
I'm gonna look under the minecart, make sure there's nothing under it.
Looking under the minecart, doesn't seem to be anything other than the kind of the slates, and there is a little bit of webbing, but it's not thick. It doesn't look like it's big webbing. It looks natural, small, lots of webbing, made from house spiders, perhaps.
And if I push it a little, does it seem like it'll move at all?
Give me a strength check, or no, strength athletics check. Sorry.
Strength, athletics. Athletics, well, I mean, still the same result no matter what. Woo! Watch, now I get the high roll.
Nope.
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 No,
Giving it a push. Nope. Nothing. No
Okay.
budging whatsoever. Not even
Alright.
a squeak of movement.
I just wanted to see if it'll move. Kay's
Do you
gonna
want me to
climb
give it
over
a
it.
shot?
I'm just gonna climb over it.
I
Well,
don't think
into
that's gonna work well.
Why?
Push the lever.
You've witnessed me in action. I'm not very good at climbing over things.
I'm
Wait
just
till
looking on the other side.
Damien gets in it and then push the lever.
One quick detail as well for you, Kay, as you did roll relatively high on your perception. The
Yes.
water is murky and difficult to see in. It does kind of gently ripple with kind of what seems to be just natural vibrations and kind of water droplets that hit the surface of the water. But that's about it.
I see. Yeah, I'm just gonna climb over and into it, and then over it on the other. Oops,
And onto the other side.
my mouse disconnected. Yeah.
Go ahead and make me 2 attack rolls, please, if you're cutting through the webs as you are doing this. The
Yes.
first lot of webbing will have half cover because they are in the minecart, so you will miss on a 3 or lower. Nope.
That looks
Both
okay.
hit.
Now
and
I get
both
the
size
higher
hit.
rolls.
Yep. Both of the webbing lots, as you otherwise cut through them, kind of cutting your way through. The webbing kind of just flutters to either side, leaving the way clear as you clamber through the minecart itself and over to the other side as you land and reveal a little bit more of the cave beyond. Oops.
Damien's going to walk up to the minecart. He's going to see if he can... Hang on, is it sloping quite drastically down slope?
You can see that it's gently sloping, so it's not going to, like, if you can find out what the problem is with it, it's not going to immediately take off, but it is going to start rolling if the problem will allow it to roll.
Oh, I see. So yeah, it's obviously not currently working because it should have just gone straight down.
It should have just started rolling straight down, yeah. By the looks of it, you aren't sure exactly what's wrong, but where it's being held in place, there could be anything wrong with it. Wheels
Okay.
not working, something crusted, you don't know.
I'm going to try and investigate what might have gone wrong.
This will be an intelligence check, and if you're proficient in Tinker's tools, you may go ahead and use your proficiency. But I don't believe you are, so this will be an intelligence check.
Oh yeah. Let's say what? Tinker's tools? Don't think so. Intelligence. That is a 9.
9. Looking at the type of it, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Like, it's a bit old, maybe, but other than that, you don't see anything wrong with it. It should be working.
Does anybody know how minecarts work? This should be like going down the slope, but it isn't.
Has it got
As you're-
brakes?
As you otherwise talk, the echoing goes out into the room.
Splendid.
Excellent.
With the way the walls are, you said that they're slippery over here.
They're slightly slick. So you know, like when it's a fresh kind of misty morning and you've got like the small droplets of water on webbing.
Okay,
stuff,
so
it's that kind of look to it. The water has collected in small pockets along the webbing.
where's his lever at?
On your side of the car, it's next to the lantern on the front there.
Oh, I'm going to kind of like crawl up the wall a little bit, just enough to where I'm higher than the minecart is, and I'm gonna
Go
push the
ahead.
lever.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check, then, please. I'll say this is a disadvantage because it is slick.
Oh no.
As you go to try and climb the wall, it's slick and you can't really get a grip. Even though you're trying to dig in with your claws, the webbing is making it difficult. As you kind of pull your hand back to kind of shake off the webbing, there's kind of this big vibration of webbing as you land back, and you just watch as it goes outwards.
Fine, I guess I'll just have to try and acrobatics over this thing as I push the stupid lever.
Okay. Are you climbing in to push the lever, or are you trying to push it from the outside?
I'm gonna climb into it and try and push it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an athletics check then, please.
Am I helping or not? You okay?
You'd have to climb into the car in order to
Oh, okay.
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure. Let's go for a ride.
No.
Okay.
Oh, good God.
I got it though.
It's fine.
I
Can't wait
think.
to see the turtle.
Okay. Are you getting in and helping?
So what's he doing? Pushing it down the slope?
Yeah. You watch as Kay otherwise climbs in, and you watch as he begins to kind of take the lever, and he begins to try and work the mechanism, kind of just pushing it. I'd say if you want to climb in, you'd have to make an athletics check to climb in, but it's up to you.
I'm gonna observe, and if he starts descending down like a massive speed, then I guess I'm just gonna follow as quickly as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
total
there's a
there,
special
Kay?
kind of check for this.
It's just a 14.
14. And what was the thing you said, Vinny?
There's a special kind of check for this situation. You roll 4d6 and drop the lowest.
What for?
Rolling a new character.
Oh. Well played. I'm gonna say have inspiration for that because I didn't get that until it was like, wait a minute. Okay. So as you push on the lever, it begins to slowly move as the brakes have no longer been engaged.
I am going, while it's slowly moving, I am going to jump onto Damien's head.
Okay.
It's moving out of the way now so the big peoples can get through. That's all I wanted it to do.
Okay. What's your AC?
My AC? 16.
16. Okay. And Damien, what's your AC?
19.
19. Okay.
So I
As
can
the-
actually look at my shield.
As the screech happens and the minecart begins to move, Kay, you jump onto Damien's back, or Damien's head, as the minecart takes off. It begins to slowly roll down, making quite a lot of noise. And in that moment, you watch as a piece of webbing flutters down and then sticks to you, and you feel it tug suddenly as you are lurched 20 feet over here, and you are currently suspended above the water by 25 feet up. And Damien, you are also pulled to the same spot, held
My
by the
God.
same piece of webbing. The rest of you watch as these two are pulled off as the minecart moves out of the way, as your light suddenly shifts and disappears. Kat, you would be plunged into darkness if it were not for Jeff.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, because of dang minecart.
So, Kay, I would actually like everyone to roll for initiative before we get started on what's actually happening here.
Flipping it.
And I'm going to have the other three have a surprise round, as they are not expecting this to take place.
Odds of me rolling high are minimal. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
You can
Take
have
it.
my roll.
So we have...
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's what I should have rolled.
Yeah.
In reality, no.
Let's begin. What battle music do I want to use for this?
Spider ambush.
I don't have a spider ambush.
That's disappointing.
I don't know what this is, but it's called Battle Requiem, so I'll go with it. So, 25 to 20.
24.
24, that puts me there. 20 to 15.
17.
Wow.
Yeah.
15 to 10. 10 to 5.
5.
13.
13 and 5. Okay.
And Romulus?
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to roll for Romulus. Ha 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 ha. Romulus gets to participate in the fight. Oh! That may puts him at +2, 21. Ooh,
Oh.
puts him quite high up on the board. Okay. And actually no, because of how this would be laid out, it would be like that. This isn't... No, this isn't good enough. I need something worse. Something creepier. You know what, let's just do this, because I like this one. Alright. So. The fight begins.
I'd rather if it didn't.
Actually, no, let's go over it. So. Top of the round, Vinny, you are no longer surprised. Romulus is no longer surprised. Damien, as you're otherwise suspended over the water, you look up and you see where the thread goes to. As you can see, straining to hold... Actually, no, hold on. What's your weight? Sorry.
Well, I'm... Ooh,
Your armor would be, I believe... hold on. This is...
I'm 188 pounds.
188 pounds, and then your armor adds... It's splint armor, so that would add an additional.
Thank you. And you've got to take into account whatever my backpack's got in it as well.
I'll ignore your
suppose.
backpack because it's mainly
Oh.
just the armor and your character that will weigh the most here.
Okay,
it
there's
worries
£53 from my backpack as well.
From your splint armor, that adds an additional £60, so 240. So still within the parameters. As the two of you are suspended there, otherwise held as this almost adhesive, sticky web line is otherwise attached to you. You look up and you see what looks to be a spider otherwise hissing back down at you, as it otherwise is poised about, given how high up you are, 35 feet above you, currently on the ceiling, holding you there by this long line.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Am I currently carrying a K as well, or is K also attached by a different string?
It's been a long time since I've used these, actually.
I'm attached to the same string
You're
as you.
attached to the same one. Yeah.
Oh, in that case, I want to try and swing back the way we just came.
So this is 65 feet up on the ceiling, and this is 25 feet up. Where you are. Ah!
Nope.
Sorry, Damien.
No, we're not dead.
Nope, you're not dead.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've used these. Alright, and the spider I'll say is up there, and I'll do that just to show height. So,
I want to swing back towards the minecart, where the minecart was.
okay. Go ahead and make me an athletics check with disadvantage, please.
Gonna be hilarious. Oh, God.
As you attempt to gain any momentum and swing backwards and
Nice.
forwards, you feel the webbing almost lurch as it begins to pull up, and you find that you are very sticky and stuck to it as you are otherwise trying to move to and fro. You are unable to gain any form of attraction or otherwise momentum to be able to release or even get yourself unattached to this.
Oh.
I'll say that take your action, and you are
Okay.
currently grappled, so you do not have a movement. Do you have a bonus action you wish to try and use?
Having a look. Sure, given we're both in trouble, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on K.
Okay. Kay, you are currently affected by Shield of Faith. So this is abjuration magic. So you are currently. Oh, I wanted a
Abjuration. If I remember correctly, it just makes me feel warm. Yes.
Okay. And in this
And-
environment, that feels a bit icky, being both warm and a bit kind of damp along the fur.
Hot and
Oh, well.
sweaty.
Hot and sweaty indeed. Okay. So with that, we then move to the other spider's turn. The other spider, I'm going to say. Okay, I know where it is. Okay, end of its turn. Okay, your turn. Looking up, you can see the exact same spider above, directly above you.
I am going to. Considering what this thing is doing, it's probably just going to try and pull us in. So I am going to hold my action for something to get in range, and I will attack it.
Okay. Okay, holding that, that moves over to its turn, where it, on its turn, is going to reel you in as it pulls you upwards. As it does so, the creature closest to it remains attached, and the other one falls. Damien falls 65 feet into the water below. Please make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm just dead.
And Kay, I'm going to put you just up there for the sake of ease. And you will get your attack now, by the way.
Oh, that is a
16.
16.
Okay.
If I survive it, if I succeed, to take half damage. I can. What does that mean? Hang on. A shield master.
That's Shield Master. So this would be where where you're able to interpose between an effect that doesn't
Oh,
go around
okay.
corners. In this instance, it's just water, and
Cool.
you're not Captain America with vibranium shield. So, as you otherwise hit the water, so you succeeded. So in this instance, I'm going to say you're only going to take 1 die of damage because it is hitting water as opposed to a solid object. So you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you otherwise hit the water with a hard hit. You can feel it kind of lurch as you are now submerged a little bit below, going into the silty mess. You kind of close your eyes for a moment as to not get any like muck into your eyes, and you kind of feel your feet hit the murk below. It is a kind of a soft, muddy nature to it. Please roll me a concentration check for your Shield of Faith. And
Oh,
Kay, what was your attack roll total?
10.
10. Unfortunately, that misses. As you go to strike up at it, where it reels you in, it grabs your tail and a bite. That's going to be part of its bite attack against you.
Well, that's a
Shield of Faith is gone.
waste of time.
Okay.
Nice
Shield of
use.
Faith is otherwise ended. So you are no longer feeling warm. Which is both good and bad. Okay. And concentration has ended. So,
Did what it could.
it is then going to get a bite attack against you. Actually, no, it only gets to reel you in this turn. Sorry. Okay. As otherwise holds you there in place. So, end of its turn, it then moves over to Cat. You are no longer surprised. Top of the round, Vinny, you hear commotion going on up ahead. You hear Damien and Kay, otherwise you watch them as they are pulled to one side, your light suddenly disappearing, followed by kind of light shouts, the casting of a spell, and then sploosh. And your light has gone.
Oh,
I'm assuming there'd be like, I mean, he wouldn't see it, but there'd be a faint light just issuing from the lake at this point.
When he has a direct line of sight to the lake,
Yeah,
yes, because
he would.
currently it's 20 feet down and you're underwater and it's murky, so it will be obscuring pretty much all of the bright
Yeah.
light that you have,
Yeah, it'd
unless
be
he's
very
like
dim
looking
light, and he
directly
wouldn't
at.
see it either. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Just making
unless
sure
he's
that
looking directly
I
at
can like
you. Yeah.
extinguish my mace somehow.
Oh no.
Cool.
And you're also
Well-
currently blinded unless you wish to open your eyes in the murky water, but I'll let you decide that.
Nope.
Well, I can't move forward currently, and there's what, no light or very dim light?
No light currently.
Okay. So I am going to use a action to cast dancing lights.
Okay. Casting dancing lights. Vroom, vroom, vroom. The lights otherwise appear ahead of you or wherever you would like them to be.
Yeah, I'll have
you're- please
One
blue for
next
this.
to me, and it's what, 10 feet there? 20 feet of each other.
So I'll let you decide where you wish to put them roughly in this area. Why is that one not working properly? Is Romeo slightly bigger than everyone else?
don't shame him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shame him.
Poor Ron.
Chubby Minotaur.
Huh, I don't get it.
He probably is slightly
Hmm.
bigger. He's wrong.
No,
like
maybe it
him.
just might be tile alignment. I don't know. Either way.
Who knows?
Okay. So yeah, place them where you wish to place them. Obviously, they have to be in line of sight, so it would have to be in either of these two lines, and then you can place them smattered as you wish. Unless you want to only have one.
No, I'll have them basically set up like this.
Okay.
So that we have some visibility at least.
Okay. So then going to move to Romulus's turn. He's going to move up to make room, look around, and realize there's very little he can do here unless he has ranged weapons, which I don't think he does.
No, he just has reach, which isn't. long
Yeah,
enough.
he just has reach.
We should.
And
buy
he's-
him a javelin.
He's already used the Vector Corbin.
Mhm.
Actually, does the Vector Corbin have recharge? Or is it just a whenever he wants to, he can activate it for a minute? This is me not knowing my magical weapon here. Hold on. This was in... Where was it? He got this?
In Starsight Camp.
Thank you. Sorry, this is the problem with having characters who you don't have to worry about usually. No, Nope, never mind. He can just activate. Oh, actually, no. He still couldn't reach even with the Vector Corvin because he would be. Yeah, he'd still be 15 feet shy. So at this current time, he can't do anything. So he is going to. Oh, the minecart's no longer there, so he's just going to move up and stand here and kind of wave forward the rest of the party as he can't really see anything and can't really do anything outside of being next to the dancing light.
Are there no rocks he could throw?
I mean, he can. He's blinded currently because the bright
Oh.
light is in the water and these are dim lights.
Oh.
So be
right.
making it with disadvantage at a blind target. So if
Yeah,
he rolls
no.
if he rolls low, he's
Bad
going to hit
idea.
K.
Yeah.
Would
fair.
he do that? He doesn't know what he's aiming at actually. All he saw is they were pulled this way. So yeah. Okay. That is going to be the end of. Actually, I'm going to say Romulus is going to pick up a stone and hold his action to throw it at the first enemy he sees. Okay. And of that, we move back to the rest of the initiative order. Damien, you are currently submerged in water. It is cold.
That's nice.
And you currently do not necessarily know which way is up. Actually, no, you would, sorry, because you succeeded your dex save.
Well, I'm gonna swim up, but I'm not gonna open my eyes until I surface.
Okay, pushing off of the bottom of the pool here, which is 15 feet deep, so that will take your whole movement to move to the top.
Brilliant.
As you otherwise get to the top, you surface, you open your eyes and breathe fresh air, or fresh-ish air, as you now have bright light that emanates through the cavern. Romulus will see you, but from this distance he cannot see the spider, because you are more than 60 feet away.
Right. So I can't see.
Yeah, you know it's
Anything.
directly above you, but
Okay.
you can't see anything either.
Right. I'm gonna, I guess, hold my action because I can't actually do anything. Yeah, I think that's it. Basically, I've surfaced. I can see.
Okay.
Ready to react if needs be.
Okey-dokey. Right. End of your turn. It is then the green one's turn. Green one is going to remain what it is doing. Okay.
Mysterious.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Skirt is blue one.
Stab it. Damien and Tyrell.
Slashing, biting, murdering it.
Okay.
It'd be hilarious when I'm just on the water, surface of the water. and
Are you
there's a
kidding me?
spider around me.
Oh, your rolls have been. Everyone's rolls have been terrible today. We'll take a break in a minute so you can all refresh your rolls. My word.
I'm going to die to a spider on a ceiling because I can't attack it.
What's the attack total? What's the 4-1?
There's a 10 total.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
As you try and take swings towards it, it otherwise moves in such a way that you're still attached to the web and unfortunately in a very uncomfortable position as you try to swing against it, and otherwise looks back at you and proceeds to just glare in your direction with all of its beady eyes.
Swear if I die to this spider.
Okay, moving to its turn, it is going to make its bite attack against you. That is a 11 to hit.
No.
As it goes and it otherwise tries to bite towards you, you otherwise kind of... oh, wait, no. Sorry, that should be a 12 to hit. I assume that doesn't change anything. Yeah, I've written down its attack to hit wrong. But as you otherwise swing out of the way, its bite otherwise missing you, as it too is in a difficult position trying to bite you past its own abdomen. As it's trying to just lift you up to try and bite into you, and it's failing to do so. But you otherwise flail about on the ceiling, not really able to do much. Okay. End of its turn. Cat, you are up.
Okay, I am going to slowly be peeking out. Okay. Looking up here. I see the spider, I guess, through Jeff.
I will say, looking up through Jeff, go ahead and make me a perception check, please. I'll say this will just be a Jeff check. So this will be Jeff's action, so to speak.
Consistent, give me that at least. So that'll be 17.
17. Okay. 17. Jeff definitely sees this spider up here.
Okie poke. Right.
You can see the spider up here, you can see the bright light that's Damien down there, and you can see that Kay and this spider are currently flailing. Jeff can also see that there's plenty of webbing around the outside of here, and there's some kind of stretching across the room in various strands.
There's webs everywhere. Okay, alright. How far away is Kay from me?
From this current distance, he would be, because it's 60 feet up, 20 feet from the water, 45, I'll say 50 feet away from you, because you're including the angle here.
50 foot. Okay. Jeez. Not even Homing Blade would reach that. Oh no, hang on, it would.
I
That's
really want
Mage Hand.
to do a leaping jump.
From water? 65
God.
feet into the air. Good
Yeah, that'll
luck.
be fine.
Go,
just
Free
think that-
Willy, go! Right.
Feels
Okay.
like-
Figure out how to
Right,
get back
like,
up,
yeah.
let alone worry about hitting it from there.
Alright, then in that case, so Kay's being held up by a strand of.
He seems to
Web.
be like stuck to the abdomen of this creature.
Okay. Yep. Alright, I'm just going to give it a shot. So I'm going to try and aim specifically where, after seeing the other spiders, working out things, I'm going to aim where I believe the web would be coming from the spider, and I'm going to use Homing Blade to target specifically that, hoping to cut him free.
Okay. This will be an attack with intent. It auto hits, so go ahead and roll me damage, and it will take half, and the other half of it will go to the DC.
What is Homing
D4
Blade?
plus
Is
1.
D4 plus 1, yeah. Okay.
I don't want to fall.
It's alright. We've got a Damien down that can catch you.
Yeah, but then nobody can
That's
hit
why
it.
I held my reaction.
Free.
Yes.
So 3. So it'll take 1 damage, and the other 2 will go to the DC. So it has to make a strength save DC. Yeah. So it needs to make a strength save DC against this. It gets that. So that is a 11. So that just fails. As your homing blade, because it's 10 plus the damage, so as your homing blade shoots up, it strikes just at the base of the abdomen, and as it does so, you watch as the abdomen kind of instinctively, otherwise contracts a little bit, pulling inwards from the pain, and Kay drops. Kay, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Damn it.
I'm just trying to get you safe.
I'm in more danger.
Cackling kills. Okay.
That's tabletop.
13 plus.
It's a 19.
19, easily enough. You otherwise balance yourself, spinning around, taking a grand total of 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the water.
Didn't want to go down.
As you otherwise fall, hitting the water with a splash, as it otherwise ricochets up and outwards as you are submerged in the water, but your feet hit the bottom and you know where you are. Okay.
So you're a little bit more submerged than I was.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's smaller, but
Because
he's
he's
otherwise.
smaller.
Yeah, true. But you're also not 15 foot tall, so you're currently treading water.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna move as far over to the side so Vinny can get out. Like
you can't
squish
press yourself against the wall to allow him to walk
No,
past.
like-
You have to
like-
keep going forward.
that there. So he's got one.
Yeah.
Thing that he can get
Okay.
out.
So you move over to there. Okay. Okay. That is the end of your turn. Moving back to the top of the round is Vinny.
Okay. I heard the splash. Can I see them now? Now that Damien's.
Yeah, you can see Damien is currently have his mace up. He's treading water, and you can see where the bright light is otherwise emanating. And following where Cat's attack went, kind of this tiny spiral unicorn horn that shoots up and into something. You can see what looks to be small droplets of blood, otherwise or the equivalent of, falling and otherwise dripping into the water next to where Damien is. You look up, you can see this weird spider with this kind of long attachment on the end of its abdomen that's beginning to kind of unravel, almost like this webbing hook.
Weird. Okay, I'm gonna try and shoot the spider then.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Short bow.
Yep.
Actually, how far is it?
45, 50 feet from you, actually, from here.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Can't sneak attack because there's no one there. But, here we go.
Didn't you take 3 levels in Swashbuckler? Or for Swashbuckler?
Yes, but I don't think that has any.
Is that only on melee? Okay. I thought your
I'll double
thing
check.
allowed you to use it when a target's on their own. I can't remember if it's melee attacks
that's-
only or not.
Anytime you and no other creatures other than.
Ah, okay, so it has to be it's specifically melee.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Or attacking with a ranged weapon in melee, by the way. Okay, so 6 plus...
Plus 4 should be.
6 plus 4, okay. A good hefty hit is your
20
shot.
damage.
What was your total hit, sorry? I didn't actually check that. Yeah, okay, never mind. No, I know why, because it hit.
Yeah.
As you otherwise shoot the arrow up from your short bow, it steers through the air, striking up into the base of the abdomen, as it otherwise recoils slightly, quivering on the web nearby to it. Okay.
Okay. How's this spider looking? I don't know if it's. It's not hit it earlier.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's too hurt. I mean, it just took quite a big hit, so it's looking like it's bleeding, but about that, nothing else.
Okay. Well, while I've nothing much better to do with it, I'm going to use a bonus action to move this dancing light over here.
Okay. End of
To
your
use
turn
that
is
within my
now
pistol.
Romulus's. Romulus, in this instance, is looking down. I'll say Romulus is looking down this way, or looking up there. He had a held action to throw a rock. He's going to try. He has disadvantage because of the range, and it's not a melee weapon, so he can't reckless. The rock hits. He's not proficient, so it's going to do 1 plus his strength, which is plus 5, so he does 6 points of damage to the angler. As this, or the angler spider, as it shoots up, striking the side of the spider's head. And you watch as it recoils slightly as it is not in a good mood. And then on his turn, he's going to pick up another rock and do it again.
My God.
And he hits! Doing another 6 points of damage as he throws the rock up and it just clonks the spider on the side of the head. As you watch as it recoils and it's very much wounded now. Okay. End of his turn, beginning of Damien's. Damien! As you begin to go and move, you feel a tug on the back of your armor.
Wonderful.
And as you kind of spin around slightly, you note that there is another tether that is attached to you, leading off in this direction.
Oh,
As
God's
this one
sake.
has managed to successfully hook you.
Brilliant.
So you are currently grappled, but you are aware that there is a web tether that's attached to you that will probably get pulled in next turn.
God, I don't even know what I can do besides eat an orange and just sort of get pulled up.
Attack the tether. Play a game of tug of war.
Not a bad shout. I
Well-
hadn't thought of that.
Someone's going somewhere.
So I'm grappled, which means I can't really attack with my mace.
You can attack. You can attack as normal. It just means you can't move.
Oh, okay.
So your movement
yeah,
speed is
I'd
currently 0. You can't swim away from it.
Right, well, in that case, I'm going to attack the line with my mace.
Okay. You make this with disadvantage because it is attached to you. So go ahead and
Well,
make me an attack roll.
expect another natural one then.
We'll see. Romulus did well while rolling with disadvantage. Never mind. You swing up
I
with your mace, and
hit
it's
with that's a 9.
no. As you otherwise swing up with
Well.
your mace sticks to the adhesive webbing, and you go to try and pull it off, and it's not coming back.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, okay. There's not a lot else I can do except call out, I guess. Guys,
Okay.
I got hit again. I'm stuck.
Out of like character fit, could he light up that web?
Well, he's about to light up the spider
Oh no,
because
it doesn't count as an object that he can attach the light to. If you
Okay.
mean by illuminate.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I was like, could you? Fair.
Okay. So, your weapon is now attached to it. So, end of your turn. It is now the green one's turn, who is going to reel you in. Now, as it goes to do so, it pulls you with it. So you are pulled up, and then you fall.
yay.
Because your weapon is attached higher than you. And your weapon, go ahead and roll damage, hits its butt.
So what am I
However,
doing?
you're making a
If
damage roll with your mace, please.
Oh,
Because your mace is just going to hit the other one.
So the spider has a mace.
oh yes. Thank you.
So
that
that
is
is 8.
11.
It will just be 8 points of damage because you
Oh.
don't get to add your strength here, unfortunately.
No,
It's
no,
just-
that's not
it-
my strength. It's 1d8 plus 3 bludgeoning.
Yes, the +3 is your strength being added on.
Oh, right then.
So it's just the flat 8 being added. Because as you are pulled up and then drop, go ahead and make me a dex saving throw. You watch as the mace shoots up and with the sticky nature of it is pulled in as it strikes the abdomen, and you watch as the spider recoils as the mace otherwise strikes it, doing a significant chunk of damage to it.
15 on a dex save throw after a 16.
Nice.
Wow.
You land in the water, taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and your feet hit the bottom again as you're submerged. This time, however, without your mace, which would be lighting up the area around you,
Blended, I'm literally blind.
and that's on the ceiling,
I'm literally blind.
attached to a spider. Romulus can see it now, as can you, as there's now this light that's otherwise illuminating this spider's butt.
I'm so useless in this combat.
No, you wait.
Well, no, I'm not, because I guess I lit up another spider that you can attack. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I've got no weapon.
Just get
the
ready to
sp- the s-
catch a mace.
These spiders. This is a hard encounter. These spiders are nasty because they can pull you in and they don't allow you to do that much. That's how it's designed. Okay, Kay, top of your turn. As you fall into the water and land, your feet hitting the ground or hitting the muck in here, as you kind of actually you can keep your eyes open because you've got your mask and your lens. You look out and you watch as what looks to be kind of this spherical object almost brushes past your mask. These tiny little creeping legs pulling itself across your mask, as you can feel more of them beginning to move around you.
The who's a what's it? There are things on my mask?
You can make me a nature check if you want to try and.
Yeah.
Your mask isn't watertight, so you can't breathe underwater, but you can see underwater because I'll say in this instance your mask is helping you to see. Okay.
Nature. That's a 18.
18. You've never seen these before, but you've picked smaller versions of these off of your fur in the past, and these are giant fleas.
Oh,
And they are about the size of a tennis ball.
why are they in the water?
They are water fleas.
Huh.
They don't seem to be immediately aggressive, but you gauge with that nature check they are currently inspecting you. The disturbance of the water seems to have awoken them, and you do not know how many, but there are a lot of legs currently crawling over your body. It would creep out most people, but not you. What would you like to do?
I mean, I'm gonna go back up because I can't breathe underwater.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let them do their own thing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try and make them hostile.
I'll say in
But
this case,
I was just gonna say once I made it to the top, I was gonna try and see if I can see any hanging web things that I can use to try and get back up there so I can do damage.
Okay. I will say I'm going to make an attack roll as a in inverted grapple check for the fleas because they have no idea you're about to move. So this is just them see if some of them are going to come with you.
Okay.
Okay. So that will be for the giant water fleas. That is a 14.
No.
Okay. So as you otherwise push up, otherwise avoiding to disturb them, you otherwise shoot off up towards the surface, taking your full 30 foot of movement, as it is difficult terrain, because you do not have a swim speed. As you otherwise begin to paddle here for a moment, and you look up and around, go ahead and give me a perception check. You can make it with disadvantage if you wish to use your bonus
I'm
action,
using my action
or
because I
your
can't
action.
do anything else.
Okay, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Of course.
Natural 20. I will say, looking around the room, or looking around the chamber as you always look around, first off, you notice there are plenty of hanging bits of silk and webbing here. A lot of them seem to dangle and hit the water in various places, potentially dummy lines, as it were, which these spiders seem to use. Or potentially they are adhesive and they're used as methods to hook the water fleas that they might potentially eat. But other than that, you notice that there's plenty of webbing that dips close to the water on these ledges, and you can climb it. It will be a difficult climb because you're trying to climb up something you're not really able to spider climb necessarily. But there are sides here that you can climb, and you can attempt to climb some of the lines going up to the top. However, they're going to be adhesive, and so you're looking at something that's going to be very difficult to pull yourself up. So it will be a very difficult athletics check. I'll also say with that natural 20, looking around the water, there are a lot of ripples. You have disturbed a lot of water fleas, and as you kind of gauge, you guess there's probably somewhere between 100 to 200 of them.
I am so dead.
I am gonna yell out, "Don't go in the water, giant fleas."
Okay. This echoes through the chamber.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but there's nothing else I can do.
Okay. With that, it becomes the blue one's turn. Blue one has no line that it can use right now, so it is going to. You watch as it otherwise scuttles over to here, and it's going to drop a line right between Vinny and Cat. I would like both of you to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, you
Then
would.
just dunk everybody in the water.
Well, I mean,
Kill
if
us
it
with
tries
water,
to
please.
take me, it's a lot of weight for it to try and pick up. Good luck. Too fudge. That's like
Okay.
5.
Okay. It spends its action to grapple you, as it otherwise extends this cord and down. As you're otherwise looking up and following it, as the light shoots off to another portion of the cabin roof. You're otherwise distracted for a moment. As you both look up and you feel this stickiness as it otherwise attaches to your forearms for both of you, as you are now both grappled in place by this sticky lining.
Brilliant.
Okay. That is its action over. Actually, no, it's going to use the rest of its movement to back up in order to pull, if it can. Cat, it is your go.
Okay. Alright, let's see how this is gonna go. How far away is it from me?
50 feet again.
Okay. How far away is the water from me?
20 feet. If you were to jump off the edge. However, you are currently grappled, so I'd say the only feasible way you can really go is towards it. You're not suspended yet.
Okay. Alright, fine. I'm gonna cast Mold Earth on this here to create a little 5-foot island, and I'm jumping on it.
Okay, what's the range of Mold Earth?
30 foot.
30 foot. Looking down, you see murky water. You don't see the bottom.
I'm not specifically the thing. There's this here, the little.
Oh, so you're going to extend.
So I'd create like a ledge. There.
Ah, right. Not
Is it going to
higher.
be over top the water, or are you?
Basically, I'm moving as much of this into here as possible.
Roll me a d20.
Okay. Even if it just makes it more shallow.
Okay. You extend the edge out, and as you go to jump onto the island, it snaps under your weight.
Meh.
And you are now hanging suspended below the spider.
Hang on, that thing is holding my weight?
It seems so.
Well, they weren't
surprised
my
by-
idea.
I'm surprised by that. That's a lot of weight. Wow.
How much do you weigh again?
A
lot.
lot.
How much is a lot?
Hang on,
One
let me go to my
fat young
bio.
female centaur.
I believe it was at least 400 pounds.
It was 696 pounds.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, the line takes 6 points of damage, and it snaps, and you plunge into the water. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please. As you and Jeff are submerged. If you had a bonus action, you're welcome to do it, because I did kind of jump the gun, but still.
No. Oh, actually, it was a cantrip I cast one. So I can't actually cast a spell. Yeah, I ain't got anything I can use in a bonus action, except Sentinel Ward if I fancied it. Nah. All right. Oh, hang on. What's my cat doing? Oh, of course it's up there. That's 8.
8. Okay. You plunge into the water. You hit the bottom of the water itself, where it's murky. You cannot see. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from that fall. However,
Surely
you
it's
do not
normal.
know which way is up.
Oh, God.
It's very disorientating, as the floor here is not even.
Oh no.
One very drowned cat.
Cat can't swim.
Cat can't swim because she is a centaur.
Well, it was nice knowing you, cat.
It's
Well, Romulus is diving in next turn.
Undoubtedly.
Vinny,
Oh,
you
Okay.
are still attached to the... Actually, no. The line snaps because as Cat extends this little bit out, jumps onto the island, and you watch as it crumbles under her weight as it is not properly supported. Before you watch as she swings, the line pulls on you, and you watch as it snaps, and she is plunged in. You are no longer attached, as the line has now just snapped. What would you like to do?
Okay. So this spider doesn't have a line now?
No.
Or no, it doesn't have a line currently. Its
Okay.
its line has snapped.
Okay. I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to shoot it then.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Yeah, I had another plan, but that doesn't work. Another line snapped.
Okay.
I'm just going to try and attach the part that was attached to me, the minecart. See how much that fucked it up.
The minecart is gone,
Minecart's
Doug.
gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
it's
minecart's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the minecart went
Oh, wait,
rolling down the hill and disappeared.
Oh, okay.
You have no idea where it's gone.
I'm sure it's ruined someone's day.
Be a splattered spider at the front of it.
Just somewhere
18
you...
to hit?
18 hits. Damage?
9 this time.
9. As you take the arrow shot, this one is, as it otherwise rears, looking down towards Cat. You quickly lift your short bow, shooting it out up. Otherwise goes straight into the bottom of its mouth and out the top of its head as it falls, plummeting to the water below.
Q.
Okay. In that moment, I'll say K and Cat. Because you both got decent passive perception for this, or rather, K, you're aware of this, and Cat, you have good passive perception for this. The water fleas frenzy, and they begin to tear apart the body. They are carnivorous, or more accurately, they're omnivores, but still. So the water fleas enter the combat.
For God's sake.
Love of.
I don't have tiles for these, so I'm going to use swarms of mana beads because, you know, they're insects. This will work.
Oh God, what?
Okay, so you know currently that there's one there, there's one just below UK, and then the others I'm going to put in when they are relevant. Actually, no. Yeah, no, I'll wait.
Yes.
Okay.
Got no. Well, I've got hand axes.
You have hand axes.
That,
Romulus' turn. Unless you wish to move Vinny or do anything as a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. So, correct lifeguarding technique is you do not enter the water unless there is no alternative. The
Correct.
question is, does Vinny know this?
Did he train as a lifeguard?
no, he's been near a sea, right? In the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Possible.
Then again, he also knows not to be near the water of a sinking ship. Because, you know, sinking ships will bring you down in the
and
rip.
let's
is
be
it
honest,
is
Cat
it
and Jeff
Riptide?
currently are a sinking ship.
Yeah, very much so.
Yes, Riptide.
Here's Riptide, okay. Okay, so will Vinny jump in?
No, I am going to. I'm going to pull out my rope.
Okay.
To have a long one. What I don't have, however, is very much strength. So I'm going to move over here and press it into Romulus's arms.
Okay. Romulus takes it, and he's going to go, good idea. He's going to throw the rope out, and he's going to cast it in Cat's general direction. Also, yeah, it's cast, and then he is going to use his action to steady it and hold it in place, ready to pull in whoever needs to be pulled in. Okay. End of Romulus's turn. It is now the Lair's turn, or more accurately, the fleas. This swarm of fleas otherwise proceeds to attack the spider corpse. It's a corpse, so they don't really matter. Okay, yeah. They just begin to tear it apart, and small pieces of it begin to be devoured as they burrow in through the chitin. You can kind of just hear the churning of water, and Kay, you watch as the corpse just begins to be almost devoured by piranhas. As the swarm on you is going to be a little bit more cautious. It is now aware there is blood in the water. Are you wounded?
I am wounded. I mean, I did fall.
Okay, so it is going to make an attack roll against you. That is a 21 to hit. They did very well.
Yeah, that figures.
Okay. Swarm of water fleas
Please.
deals 5 points of piercing damage to you as they begin to bite and nibble at your otherwise exposed fur, beginning to realize that you are a potential meal. Cat, there is one around you. Are you currently injured?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to make an attack roll against you. That is a 19 to hit.
Oh. Do I?
Let's put it this way: Cat is currently covered in tiny large crawling insects that are just swarming around her. You know, in this situation, would Cat react well to being covered in insects?
Hell no. Okay, yeah, no, she's no idea. Last she saw was a spider, so bugger that. Yeah, she'd be casting shield.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a wild magic dice for me then, please, and the attack will miss.
Oh, please set the whole lake on fire. That would be hilarious.
Well, if it's a fireball, it's the safest I can feel in it.
That's true. You're covered in water, so it will do half damage. So yeah, that's that.
8.
So as in this instance, as you begin to feel them beginning to kind of creep and crawl over you, you instantly react, and as you cast the spell, expel or exhale the water or the air from your lungs. You will now need to reach the surface before you fall unconscious.
Oh,
You have 1 round to get there.
Oh no.
Okay, right.
As you expend the shield, it pushes outwards, pushing the water fleas off of you, but they are now currently, quote-unquote, smothering you. Okay. Next, they are going to go after Damien if you are injured.
Yeah.
Okay. Attack roll versus Damien. That
Wait,
is
wasn't he
another-
pulled? Oh wait, no, that's right. Sorry,
No, no.
I
mace
forgot the
input.
mace.
So
Yeah.
that these water fleas are doing far more than they're supposed to. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits, strangely, yeah.
You take 5 points of piercing damage as they nibble and bite into you. They otherwise swarm below the spider because blood is dropping there, and then the other one I will say is otherwise MIA. Okay, end of that. Damien, you are up.
Well, apparently I've got a surface again.
Yes. You still know the which way is up, but you're currently covered in water fleas.
Oh, and presumably surfacing is an action, or attacking is an action. Well,
No, surfacing will be a movement. Will be your movement. It's just difficult terrain, so it will be half movement.
Oh, so I can't even get to the surface.
No, it's 15 feet up, and you have 30 feet of movement, so you can get to the surface.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, okay, right, gotcha. So yeah, I'm going to get to the surface
Mm-hmm.
and open my eyes again.
Okay. They will get an attack of opportunity because you will be leaving their reach.
Brilliant.
So that is a natural 20.
Oh, for God's sake. Yep, sure.
These fleas are doing amazing. Oh, 15 points of damage.
Well,
Holy moly.
I'm not quite bloodied, but I'm close to being bloodied.
15 points of nibbles as these water fleas just burrow into you, beginning to bite and gnaw. As you push yourself to the surface, beginning to scramble and otherwise paddle as best you can, opening your eyes. You can't see too much, but you can see the lights on that are floating above the walkway, and you can see your light directly above you.
Brilliant. Well, all I can do is haul out one of my hand axes and attack them back.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Not a lot else I can do. at
The
this
water,
point.
the swarm of water fleas.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can't attack anything else.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got not too much. Clearance.
I believe this will be disadvantage because it's underwater, so you do not have a swim speed.
Oh, I'm probably screwed in trying to attack them then, yeah.
No,
I don't know what the plus to hit will be on a.
it will
hand
be
axe.
the same. It's
Oh,
the same
plus
as your
5?
mace. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a 15.
15, swinging down with your hand axe against the fleas. You feel it connect, and a few of the fleas are torn apart. Go ahead and roll damage. One
So that
plus-
is 1 plus my strength, which is, I think.
Yep.
Yep, so that's 4 slashing.
4 slashing damage. That will be onto that one, and that is halved because they are a swarm.
Oh, even better.
Okay. And that's your action and your movement. Do you wish to use a bonus action at all? This time you're on top of these.
Yeah, sure. As a bonus action, let's shove the water fleas.
Do it.
Okay, with your shield. Okay. Make me an athletics check. Again, this will be with disadvantage versus the athletics of a swarm of fleas.
Because this is just going to be absolutely hilarious, and I may as well try and do
What
something
is
that
with
might.
these fleas?
Oh well, that was a waste of effort then.
They've
Unless
ro-
I
well,
rolled
we'll see.
2 nat 20s.
It doesn't have to be natural 20s necessarily. It just has to
Wow,
be decent.
disadvantage with was that athletics that you say?
Yeah,
It's a
athletics.
15.
15. Okay, in this instance, as you go to shove as best you can with your shields, the viscosity of the water just doesn't allow you to shove them very far. The fleas are not going very far. Unfortunately, they rolled very well. This is where all your good rolls have gone. The water fleas have stolen them.
Damn fleas.
Okay. Okay, it's now the green one's turn. The green one is going to bite the mace.
That's right.
Okay.
No.
It bites into the mace, and I will say in this instance, it begins to bite into it before realizing what it is, and it's going to drop it. You watch as the light
Oh.
lands next to you. You can use your reaction to catch it,
Yeah.
given it is right next to you. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and make me I'll say dexterity saving throw for this.
Oh well. Goodbye, Mace. It was nice knowing you.
Don't need a mace. You've got a shield.
Oh wow.
Wow, your dexterity saving throw has been amazing. As the mace falls, you quickly you see the light coming towards you. You stretch out your hand, and almost instinctively it lands in your hand, returning back to you.
I have a question here because I'm currently now holding either a shield and a mace in one hand or a hand axe and a mace in one hand.
I'll say your choice if you want to stow the axe or whether you just want to say that for one reason or another you let go of it.
Mjolnir mace.
Well, clearly, hang on. Let me have a see what I've actually got. 3. I guess I'm popping the hand axe as quickly as I can.
Okay. So you pop the hand axe into your as best you can to a place where you can hold it, and you catch the mace.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It is then going to move as there is no longer a light on it. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll tell you when somebody has visual on it again.
Oh dear.
Okay. Kay, it is your turn.
Alright, first things first. Kay is gonna yell out to Romulus. Does she know how to swim?
No!
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes.
You see a rope floating on the water next to you.
Yeah, I'm going to take the rope and tie it to her. When I pull, you pull.
He yells back, "Okay!" Not
I
his voice,
grab-
but oh well.
I grab the rope and I dive under the water to try and get the cat tied
Okay.
as rope around her.
They make an attack of opportunity against you because you are leaving their area. I am going to use a different dice because you have been doing far too well for water fleas. That's more like it. 9.
No.
That was a d20. Yeah, it was. Okay.
D10.
I don't know. These dice are a little bit harder to tell until I get my big d20. Anyway.
Right.
As you otherwise grab the rope and dive down, the water fleas attempt to kind of bite into you, but as they would otherwise hit you, they otherwise just glance off of your leather armor as you swim down with what movement you can and tie it around Cat. I'll say go ahead and make me either a sleight of hand check or
Sleight of hand.
athletics check. Athletics. Actually, no. Make me a sleight of hand check using your strength in this instance.
Oh.
So if you have proficiency, add your proficiency. Otherwise, just use your strength because this is underwater, so it's less about dexterity and more about trying to do it in a manner that would be befitting of it being underwater.
Okay, so sleight of hand with proficiency, but I have expertise in sleight of hand.
Okay, so that would take you to you have a +0 in strength, right?
I have a +0 in strength.
So
Yeah.
this is a d20 + 4. Okay.
That's a 17. It works.
Diving down, you wrap the rope around Cat, you tie it tight as the arcane shield otherwise dissipates. You can see kind of the light pink and blue crystalline hue of the arcane shield as it fades, as you wrap the rope around her, pulling it tight.
And then I tug on it.
Okay, Romulus is going to perform an athletics check with advantage. I'm going to say he's going to use a rage here because it's what he would do.
It is, because it's Cat.
Yeah, it's Cat. So he's going to rage and he is going to pull. Alright, well, it's 11 either way, plus his athletics, which is +7. 18. As he pulls, Cat, you are shifted, so you do not take an attack of opportunity, and you are pulled against here and you surface as you otherwise breathe. You are not out of the water yet. Kay, make me an athletics check with advantage, just to try and keep a hold of the rope while it's pulled. As you're not tied to it, you're just grabbing it.
Don't grab my tail.
I mean, that's a 0. That's +0, so.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fine.
9.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just looking for anything that was higher than a 5. So in this instance, as you're otherwise pulled along through the water, you're both surfaced now, as Romulus is there and beginning to kind of reel and pull you in, and he'll be maintaining his rage and beginning to pull you up as of next turn.
I honestly believe that it should be a canon that he's pulling so hard and the rope is sliding a bit in his hands, which is tearing up his hands a little bit, thus maintaining the rage.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll do a point of damage to him to allow that. 47. There we go. He's got plenty of health. He's not in the water. Alright, Cat, it is your turn.
Okay.
You're currently being pulled out of the water. You can breathe. There is a very wet and heavy Jeff kind of just trying to hold onto your head.
Jeff. Okay, while Jeff is desperately hanging on, I'm gonna look back. Kay, is he there? Can I see him?
Yes.
Okay, I
You
am.
can see a few water fleas still clinging on, but otherwise beginning to slide off.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I can to help Kay stay hanging on. I'm gonna do nothing, so I'm gonna do what I can to help Kay, and I'm going to use Mold Earth to give Romulus advantage with the help action.
Okay. So you're going to try and help with the athletics to try and basically make footholds or something.
Exactly, I'm trying to
So,
support
okay.
us both and forfeit
Okay.
everything.
So, casting Mold Earth in this instance to maintain a foothold grip, I'll say you and Kay are beginning to climb up, as Romulus will pull you up out. You're otherwise out of the water, I'll say, with the use of the Mold Earth here, but you're not up the full ledge yet.
No.
That'll take his action and your movements next turn.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm holding my action essentially with that to help him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Vinny, it is your turn. You look down and you can see that Kat and Kay are being pulled up, but you can still see Damien in the water, and you can see the fleas have taken to him like a house on fire.
Indeed.
Okay.
Which is impressive given it's a lake and water.
Yeah.
It's okay. 2 more hits and I will die. No,
That was
probably
a
not.
crit. They did a lot of damage.
They did crit. That was nasty.
So this is where the fleas are, or are they Damien and this is?
No, they're kind of below me.
Oh, okay.
There are 6 lots of fleas, except this one's unaccounted for because there weren't enough targets. So,
Fair.
and these ones are all going to go away because there aren't more targets.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm waiting to get swarmed by 5 water fleas.
They
Or...
can't share space with each other.
Phew.
Yeah, you're not getting sick. I'm not making 4 attacks against you. As much as it's not likely to hit you, all it takes is 1 or 2 more crits and you're over.
Yep.
Yeah, it also would have been really bad for me because I was bleeding.
So was I.
I'm not bloody
Yeah,
just
so-
yet.
No. Bloody just means they're more likely to target you.
Okay. Romulus is still using the rope.
Mm-hmm. He's currently pulling Kat and Kay up onto the ledge.
Okay. Can I attempt to help him with that then? First of all,
Yeah, go ahead. I'll say
move to this side first.
he's going to have advantage, and he's going to be a guaranteed success with the number of you that are doing this now. So I'll say that he won't need to make a check; it will just happen at the beginning of Kat's turn. You'll both be pulled up.
Okay.
Can I have a thing happen on my reaction once I get up there?
Depending on what it is, sure.
Untie the rope, so I can prepare to go back in to get Damien.
Ah, okay. So you'll okay.
Hmm.
In which case, I'll say that will be a. I'll say when we get to your next turn, hold an action to untie and move. I'll allow that if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, it means you won't be able to tie it until your next turn, but it means you'll be able to tie it, tug, and then everyone can pull.
Okay. Because I'm not leaving Damien.
Yep, that's fair.
Aw,
Okay.
somebody
End
actually
of
cares about me.
Vinny's turn. It's
got
Well,
Romulus'
I was trying
turn.
to free up the rope by getting
Look,
them up.
you could swim. She couldn't.
This is true.
Yeah.
No, I'm
So-
not saying. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm
you-
touched that another member of the party does actually care about me.
So you're all pulled up, and you two are both pulled up in this instance. So Kay, using your reaction, you untie the rope and jump. I'll say, go ahead and make me an athletics check to see how much distance you get, because it's you're trying to go horizontal as opposed to being acrobatic here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like one of those professional swimmer, Olympic swimmer peoples. To
5.
you know what? No, I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
Oh,
That's better.
Okay. With that, you manage to get next to Damien as you otherwise dive towards and into the water.
oh no.
okay.
The
As you
layers
otherwise
of
hit
activity.
the water, you are next to Damien. Lair is going to attack, which means that one of these swans is going to come after you, and one's going to go
I'm
after Damien.
perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Attack roll versus K. 19.
That's
Are you-
perfectly fine.
You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Easy to
Damien,
calculate.
6.
No,
Doesn't
that's not going to hit.
That's more like it.
Oh, I also tell him tie around you. As soon as I lay it next to him.
Alright,
So that he
Damien,
can tie it.
it is your go. You see that Kay is holding a rope as he hits the water.
Right.
Actually, would you? Yeah, you got your mace back. Yeah, you'd see that.
Yeah. In that case, I'm assuming my action would be to tie the rope around me.
Yeah, so you tie the rope around you as an action.
Yeah.
Romulus has already pulled this turn, so you will not be able to be pulled until the start of his turn.
And then,
Ah.
sod it, I'm going to shove those water fleas again.
Make me an athletics check with disadvantage versus the water fleas. Excuse me. Stop rolling well on your athletics, it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Well, they got a 19 total. They have a
Yeah,
+1. They've rolled so well.
I got a 12.
Yeah. As you go to try and shove them, the water is really not helping, and these water fleas are tiny. It's very difficult to shove a swarm of very mobile water fleas. Okay. And of that... Oh, Romulus is temporary hit points. I should be burning those, not his actual HP.
The green spider's turn.
Okay.
Which is
Green
somewhere.
Spider's turn. Green Spider, on its turn...
Who does it
Vinny,
hook?
make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh!
Not Vinny.
As it's here. And it's otherwise trying to dangle a rope down to grab your arm.
I believe that is a +6. Yeah, so dirty 20.
+6, dirty 20. As you're otherwise wary of this, you're otherwise helping Romulus pull the rope, and suddenly you watch as this bit of webbing is kind of slowly plodding its way towards you, just swaying side to side. And as you look up, you can see from this, just about 30 feet above you, climbing along the ceiling where there's kind of thick bits of webbing, you can see the spider now kind of trundling along, and you see the webbing slowly getting closer to you. And as it does, you kind of take a quick swing with your scimitar, just as it slices and falls down. And you watch as it begins to try and reel out more to try and, or send out more to try and catch you, which it will try next turn. Okay. Okay, it's your turn. You are currently in the water, surrounded by water fleas, and Damien is now tied. Well, he might be. Go ahead, Damien. Roll me a... I didn't actually get you to roll. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check using your strength.
Oh.
Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
I don't know. I'm rolling a dice. I'll finish rolling the dice first.
Yep. Okay.
Phew.
Cool.
Am I proficient in sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand.
Well, no, because it's dex.
Okay. And so in which case you just add your strength because you're in the water. So this will be a +3.
19.
19. The rope is fairly nicely tied around you.
Nice.
And so, Kay, what would you like to do?
Well, what would it take to just grab onto Damien or the rope?
Also, that'd be an action. Just hold onto the rope, and then that way you make the check ahead of time.
Okay, I will grab onto the rope, and I will use my bonus action to bite one of these fleas.
Make me an attack roll with disadvantage because they're in the water.
Yeah, I know, but if I can get something from this, I can hopefully bypass that at a later point in time. No!
Ha! Ha! Just murky water in your mouth.
Wait. What are the AC of these fleas?
What was the total to hit?
11.
Oh, that just hits. Sorry, I thought it was less than that. Okay, so damage.
That is 4. That is 4 plus 4 plus 2.
So 8
So-
halves to 4 plus 2 poison makes that 6. Okay. You bite into the water fleas, and as you do, your mouth is filled with silt as you otherwise bite and pull back your head. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d20.
D20 coming up. Aw, I was so hoping that 19.
Okay, 14. I will let you
Yes.
choose. I will give you a choice here.
Ooh.
You can either take cold resistance for 1 minute, as getting a single charge of it, or you can learn some information that the water fleas know.
I want to learn information that the water fleas know. They might know some decent information.
Okay. You learn that there is a hole at the bottom of the pool of water here, covered with the muck and otherwise the plant life, that leads further into the cave.
Interesting.
And you also learn from this that they have been generally their numbers have been going missing over time. These strange white lines have been appearing, and some of them have been grabbing on and then disappearing.
Maybe they should stop grabbing on the knuckleheads.
Wow.
Hey, look, I can insult them because
They
I
have an
know
intelligence of 2. They're only like 1 less smart than the
So they are
spiders.
knuckleheads. You were correct.
So they're hold on, 2 you said.
Yep.
So they're hold on. What was it? They had the same amount of intelligence as Behold?
No, Behold had 6.
Oh, he had 6. I thought he had less than that.
No.
Huh.
I think he started with 5 and he gained 1 back every time his proficiency went up because he was being taught by Queglod. Anyway,
I
that's
see.
first campaign.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just holding on and doing that. Yeah.
Okay, Kat, your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay.
You are currently quote unquote in the way at the moment.
Yeah. This spider, how far is?
30 feet up.
Okay.
Kill it.
How
Kill
high?
it.
Is the,
Mutilated
Fire.
corpse.
how high is the ceiling above it?
I mean, it's attached to the ceiling, so it's 30 feet up from your current position.
Okay.
Are you gonna just push it to the?
I literally am
Okay.
like, do I use mold earth and literally just the earth above it and bring it down? Yeah, I think I will.
Okay. Using
Just-
mold earth, the
Yeah.
earth above it loosens, falls, and hits the webbing. The webbing holds.
Oh wow! These
It's
webs
dense
are
webbing
strong.
around here.
Okay. All right. Well, that was
Your
that.
reaction?
That is an action to cast mold earth. So that was my action. So I am going to. I kind of can't move anywhere here, can I?
You
can
could
move
go into
here.
the lake again.
You
Well,
could go into the lake, but in your current position, the only place you can really go is here.
is there enough
I'd
room
say
for me
that
to
probably-
go past Romulus? Looks like me and Romulus are quite large, and
Yeah,
that
I'll say in this
filters
instance,
in
because you
there.
used mold earth to make a platform where you're currently standing, or a foothold at the very least, you don't really have room. You can risk a dexterity saving throw if you wish to try and get past,
Yeah, that's not.
or you can potentially otherwise block Damien and Kay from getting up.
Brilliant. Yeah, you're gonna have to just block, I think, because people around you are gonna have to move. Because we're not trying to fetch you up again before you drown.
You
At
can
the
always hold
moment-
your movement.
What is Vinny doing?
Currently, he was assisting with pulling the rope up, and before he began to swat at the line, which the angler spider was trying to use against him.
So he's currently not holding the rope.
No, he was holding it with one hand, and then he
Oh,
swung
right,
at the...
right, okay. I am. As soon as I get an opportunity, I will hold my action, my movement to move then.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Vinny, it is your
really.
turn.
These spiders.
Vinny?
Right then. Is this line still dangling?
It's above your head because of the way you cut it off, but but the spider seems to be trying to re-feed it back down to try and catch you.
Okay. Can I try and like get a dagger caught in it?
Intentionally? I'll say yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like have it pointing up and get it wrapped up in the
Okay.
line.
So you're going to take a small dagger and you're just going to kind of attach it to the end of the line. Okay. So you remove the dagger from your inventory. But yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Not pulling yet, but let's see if we can make something happen. And then is Damien attached?
Damien is fully attached, yes. Keep in mind,
Okay.
Cat is currently blocking them from getting up there, though.
Well, I will. Can I move without? Can I move without letting go of the rope?
Not really, no.
Okay, so they can't.
Romulus is still raging, so
yeah.
we'll have advantage, but there's no guarantee. Which is what he was getting before.
Yeah, screw it. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Let's try and take care of this spider first. So can I shoot it?
Also, yeah. Also, your action to shoot an arrow, and then bonus action to stick a dagger on the end of the.
Yeah. So if it's
line.
not careful about pulling that up, it could be having a nasty time. But
Dagger up the butt.
let's give it a go then.
Hit, doing
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. That's nope. Those are the water fleas. Okay. Okay. Are you moving at all?
Yes. I mean, letting go of the rope, but that's fine. So I'm going to move over here.
Yep, that's
If
fine.
this target
All
is
of these
gonna-
webs, by the way, are torn away.
Okay.
Because the
that's fine.
minecart went straight through them all.
Minecart
Okay.
went straight through all of them, yeah.
Well, that's the advantage of that, I guess. Yeah, because if this spider is going to grab someone, I'd probably rather it be me.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
End of your turn. Romulus is going to spend his action pulling the rope. With a 19 total, I'll say that he is going to pull Damien, not the water fleas, Damien up to the footholds, which
Wow.
Damien up to the footholds, and Kay will go with, not prompting either of the opportunity attacks. Okay. As you're both pulled up to this spot here. Okay. That'll be Romulus' turn. Blair's turn. Water fleas begin to calm down. Actually, no. No, they'd still be frenzying for a turn.
Because there's blood in the water.
Because there's still blood in the water, yep. So, Damien, it's now your turn. There is currently a spider on the ceiling 30 feet up above Vinny. You can see that he's just attached a dagger to the base of it.
What's a hand axe's range? I mean, this is not going to work, but
20/60. So you'd be attacking with disadvantage.
Oh, no, there's no even point. I don't know what I can do here, to be honest. I don't think I can do much. I think I'm probably holding my action for a reaction.
Okay. What would be the reaction?
Either something like a dodge, or if I need to grab onto somebody so they don't get pulled up by the spider.
Okay. Okay, so end of your turn. It is now the angler spider's turn. It is going to attempt to try and attach you again, Vinny. So go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. Oop, there we go. Ooh.
Sorry.
Nope, you're fine.
Cool.
As it swings the web down, trying to attach you, you move out of the way. I'll give you a choice. If you would like to, you can make a performance check with disadvantage as to fake being attached to it. If you would like to, as your reaction.
Sure, that seems worth a go.
Okay. Go ahead.
Performance then.
Total.
Ooh. It's at least +4.
Versus the insight of the angler spider. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 17 total.
Ooh, 17 versus 17.
Ooh.
How do I want to do this? I'm going to say that even with the 17, yours succeeds, because in this instance, the dagger is attached to the end of it, so it feels a weight. So it is going to reel, pulling the dagger in. Go ahead and roll 1d4 damage for me.
Nice.
Two. Okay. The spider is now bloodied, and you watch as the spider, in this instance, is going to scurry back to the other side of the cave, moving out of line of sight.
Yeah, go back to your fishing.
Okay. For the time
So is he
being,
going to be dripping blood over the water now? Because that's not going to end well for him.
currently it would be yes. For the time being, it seems that combat is over.
Kay has learned his lesson. He's not hanging around on Damien anymore. He's hanging around with the Romulus now.
Okay.
Well,
You're not heavy enough. Ow.
ow.
Well,
Very much
that
ow.
was fun. Don't recommend that again.
I learned something.
Mm.
There's a hole at the bottom of there. It leads to more of a cave.
Okay.
That's cool, but if it's a part of the cave that's underwater, we might struggle to benefit from that.
True, but could be something to look into later.
Yeah,
Although I
it's
don't know how big
helpful.
the hole is. We really need the upper range capabilities.
Well, unfortunately, you lost one when he wasn't able to make sessions for a bit, so.
I don't like hitting things.
I have hand axes.
I mean, I have this, but I only have it because I stole it. Referring to
How
the
many
bow.
arrows do you have left of that, by the way?
20 now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, shall we head on before more of them things appear? Like, at least get away from the pools.
Yeah, I
Yes.
suppose. I mean, I'm really hurt, but nevertheless, we better move.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I am blooded. But yeah, no, I want to get away from this. I mean, I can't swim.
Wait, you're bloodied, cat?
Yep.
I'm also bloodied.
Oh wow, and I'm not bloodied. Oh wow.
I was 1 HP from being bloodied from the previous thing.
Oh.
That should be okay.
Do we...
Well, we need to get to somewhere vaguely safe.
Oh wait,
but-
no, I'm not bloodied.
We could back up to the previous chamber. I think that's going to be safe. We don't know what's going to happen here, but...
I'll say,
Mm,
looking ahead, you can currently see a little bit away with the light otherwise illuminating. You see it otherwise casting down and through here. Doesn't go the full way, but it gets to this point of entry, and then you can see further beyond where you can see an overturned minecart. Doesn't look to be the same one that you had, as this one is, by the looks of it, had rubble that's just fallen out of it. There is cobwebs everywhere. And most notably, you can see what looks to be kind of these spherical sacks
Let's go.
kind of pressed against the wall, very much wrapped in webbing.
Harvesting time.
yeah, and probably encouraging the thing's parents to just, appear and kill us.
Things parents will probably
Yeah,
kill us anyway.
mm,
We have got to
even though
clear
they'll
this
be-
out.
But we got what?
but people are
One
injured
bloodied and
and
2 badly wounded.
We can
people
go.
are injured, and they're all going to be riled up from having the minecart rattling through their home.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm uninjured, so I'm happy to push on, but I don't want to. I don't want to expose everyone else to unnecessary risk.
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Just looks over and goes, "Well, if I can take the front, I can also take a few hits, but I don't want to endanger everyone else."
I mean, I can take the rear if necessary. Will all of you people be able to see fine?
As long as you're not too far from us, I
Well,
can
I'm
see.
just going to be at the back of the queue. And it looks like it's only going to be 4 people because it looks like you will have a K on top of you anyway.
Let's be honest. We're not going to dull out the light anymore. Like we need the light. It's quite
Yeah.
important.
I made torches for a reason.
It's true. So you can transfer your light to other things as well.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to gesture to my horn. Can you light this up? Will that even work? Because it is technically magical.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's not making the light's not making an item magical. It's just putting light on it.
Yeah, but the
What is
item being
these-
magical with the
What
light.
does the spell state?
Bear with me. I can pass on the light by touching against other valid objects which glow to the same light intensity.
Okay. Does it state what a valid object would be?
No.
This would be under this. And this is illumination.
Yep.
Oh, I went into the wrong magic. Now, wood doesn't help. I need lithomancy. It's just target object. A minimum of 5 feet in dim light. Mental command. Additionally, you can pass on the light by touching it against any valid object. So it would have to be an object.
Yep.
So anything that would be considered an object can be affected by this.
Oh, Titania!
Let's not upset Titania. Yeah, so my horn then.
I don't think that would be a valid object.
It's an object.
Tapping is the first part of the spell. Tapping a weapon or mundane object no larger than 5 feet in size.
So
It would have to be a weapon or mundane object.
I could, for example, put it onto one of Vinny's rapiers.
Oh, that'd do.
They're scimitars, but yeah, that works.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can you also put it onto my maul?
of course.
You need the
I
light
think.
more, honestly.
Well, actually, my Danax. Danax will probably be better for cutting webs, but maul will be better in general because it's a better weapon. Which do you think he'd want it on?
Well,
He's used his
I'm...
maul more. So.
I'd probably say the
Well-
because there's others that can cut.
Yeah, I've been
I'm
cutting through the webs
yeah.
just fine.
Yeah.
So maul will be then.
So I am sharing my 30 feet bright, 30 feet dim additional light to both one of Vinny's scimitars and to Romulus's maul.
Okay. Noted. Remember, you have to have one. You can snuff these out, these extra ones, or you can claim them back. But you must only have one in order to use the alternate ability of this. Keep in mind.
Oh, so I can only do it to one or the other at the moment. If I want to.
No. So you can affect both targets. That's fine.
Right.
But if you want to use the alternate ability of having it explode to blind creatures within range, you must only have one light active, which means you'll have to claim back both Vinny's and Romulus's to do that.
And that requires tapping it again.
Yes. Yeah, and that requires that would require touching it again in order to claim the light back.
Okay, for the moment that's fine.
Okay. Just a general note, just so you know, you can't actually do the blinding effects now if you need to.
Okay. Just as a general note, if you ever need mine back, that's fine, because I'll dismiss these dancing lights, but I can put more up to give myself dim light, and that's all I need, so...
Okay. So, what's the marching order here as you're kind of approaching the next room?
Think it's Is Romulus going ahead or is Vinny going ahead?
Romulus should probably go first, and I'll back
So
him up.
Romulus, Vinny, Cat, and then me, and then K is on top of Romulus.
I will be assisting in the cutting of webs for Romulus.
Currently, there are no webs to cut because the minecart tore through most of them.
Just in
Hey.
case.
Nice.
Just in case. Okay. So, as you begin to approach, I'll say you're here in relevance, and I'll say that you're like this for the sake of positioning. As Romulus otherwise reaches this room, Vinny and Kay, you're the first two to see this, as you otherwise have proper dark vision. The room extends on, but you begin to see what look to be forms in the webs. As the light extends outwards, you begin to see what look to be humanoid forms wrapped up tightly in the webbing. The webbing here is thicker, and you can see what looks to be an old table covered in kind of these shiny green stones. You can see an old lantern, several kind of pieces of equipment around here, an overturned cart, and the track that runs all the way through, going into a room on the opposite end of the chamber. Equally, you see these kind of dark lumps, or what look to be sacks, of tiny eggs. I'll say, actually, no, not necessarily tiny. Small eggs for what they are. But there is a bundle of them. And they're kind of all kept against the walls here. You also note the following. As a form is standing at the other side of the room, a elven form. As they stand behind the barrel and they speak out to you in common. What do you want here?
We were sent here to go to collect some jade.
This jade is sacred. You will leave this place at once. You have done enough damage as it is.
How is it sacred?
This jade belongs to the brood mother. It was hers and hers alone until these dwarves came and stole it. You would do well to turn and leave. We do not take kindly to you around here. And you watch as he strokes his hand behind him, and you watch as this massive spider kind of begins to wander up, these kind of green nodules growing and pulsing on the surface of its chitin. Turn and leave, and we will let you run. We will not chase you, we will not hurt you. Come any closer, and we're going to change our mind on that.
What's the plan, guys?
This was a nice adventure. Yeah. I'm happy to see light again.
I know this is gonna sound horrible. No matter how we do this, if we leave, more will come. People on the above are greedy. They want what's down here.
Well, that's
Is
their
there
fault.
somewhere safe that you lot could move on to?
We came from our sanctuary to claim back this place. We're at constant war with your greedy individuals trying to mine up this jade. We've been doing this for years, taking back this place. And many others with it. You seem like a decent sort, unlike the last who came in here. Turn around or me and my brothers will have to intervene.
Wait, others have been down here?
The form otherwise gestures to the hanging bodies around. They were not so hospitable. They did not pause, they charged.
I know this is probably stupid, but nobody ever told Kay what it was. Kay being the curious type that he is. Question.
Yes.
What is jade? Kay has no clue.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, it is. It checks out.
This is versus the. This is versus the Silk Spinner's insight. Okay.
I mean, persuasion. I mean, that's an 11, but Kay has no idea what Jade is.
You watch as the elven form, kind of thin and lanky for the most part, and as your light is cast across them, it isn't illuminating any particular color. But as the shadows do begin to take color as they move a little bit closer, you watch as they reach into their into what looks to be kind of this hardened chitin breastplate that they're wearing, and they hook out what looks to be a pendant of some form, or what looks to be a cord. And at the end of it, you see this kind of very beautifully carved piece of green rock. Jade is a gemstone, and it is valuable and sacred to us.
This is wonderful, isn't it, Brian? So tranquil, I'm tearing up.
Oh,
I smell
okay.
that you are different amongst your companions.
We now turn
Do
to
they cause you ill?
Can I get an understanding what they mean by that?
Go ahead, make me an insight check.
Insight. That is a 21.
21. You've not necessarily heard it called this before, but given the slightly more outcastish nature of this individual, ill is probably being used in a term to express, are they holding you prisoner, hostage, / slave?
No. They are helping keep me from the ones that bring me ill.
Then that tells me that you are good people. So what'll it be?
I kind of don't want to fight them.
I'll be
James?
honest, I'm not gonna fight them. I refuse.
Oh.
I can't.
Cat
harm
doesn't
them.
attack living creatures.
Can
Yeah, I mean, you don't do that anyway. That's kind of.
Yeah, but if this was theirs and this has always been theirs, who are we to come and take it from them? But more
So-
people will come and more people will try
Hmm.
and take their stuff.
So,
Uh,
what do you recommend?
I don't know. Surely there's got to be a way we can sort this peacefully. Because people are going to keep getting hurt. People are going to keep dying, whether it's from the surface or from their sanctuary. Is there a way we could potentially collapse the cave, or at least the entrance to the cave, to at least make it safer for you down here?
No, we're using the entrance to get this back to our sanctuary.
Do you know how long it takes you to get it to your sanctuary?
With the amount of jade that's here, longer than I imagined you'd like to hear.
Wait, where is your sanctuary? I assumed it was just deeper in the caves.
That's privileged information, and not something I'm going to tell you outsiders.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
I turn back to everybody else. We don't intend to fight them, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's like us going in and fighting other people for all that. It's just wrong. I don't know what the correct procedure would be here.
Well, sacred means trade anything. There's no way in hell because sacred literally means sacred. So if you're happy to renege on your mission, then I guess we're going.
What time of the day is it? Or was it when we came in?
Probably, given the rest of the time that you traveled, it's probably getting close to 10, 11 o'clock.
is insane. Word is spreading with wildfire
Hmm.
in fruitcake, by the way. And that place perfect for what we have tomorrow. All right,
Hmm.
the thing is, you're not a judge. You're a contestant. 5 is your case.
We do not wish to fight
Hello, my name is
you.
Judge that we gave you.
Can
We're gonna bring out the real
I
judges now.
at least ask for one kindness before we turn around?
You have done damage to our home. You have torn through our webs. You have slain my
God, I
king.
just heard her say apple. Panic setting in. Look at you.
Why should I show you a kindness?
Looks like one good
We apologise for that, but they did attack us, and we didn't know that the webs were sacred or anything else. We were just trying to go forward without really doing any harm. We had no ill intentions.
And the intentions as
Roll
should
me a
be
persuasion
prevalent
check.
with
Okay.
no maliciousness, because we let that one escape. It pulled back. We did not pursue.
Group picture. Tell everybody good luck. Tell everybody good luck.
Cap, roll me a persuasion check.
I ate
And I'm going to say you're going to roll it with disadvantage because this is a fight that's just happened and they have not witnessed
Yeah,
this.
no,
They
that's
do not
fair.
know that one has escaped.
Well, mine's a 10 on persuasion.
Why
And what was
persuasion?
your thing that you were saying, Damien?
Um,
The not maliciousness.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I got 12.
The individual seems to be still untrusting, despite your efforts.
I mean, it's not like I was asking for. Gonna ask for too much. All I wanted was peace if we rest at the entrance of the cave. The swamp is dangerous.
All right, Sal. So everybody's lunch is big bag here.
Then you must venture it.
That's it. Tip is not enough. No matter what it is.
You managed to make it here in one piece, from your city, over a day away.
Well, Sal.
What's to stop you from returning?
We will return just half an hour of rest.
Gratuity. This is gratuity now? Oh, so this is.
That's all I ask for.
The individual pauses.
Count it. Count it. Glad you said it.
You will leave at once. You will not interfere with us at all. I will not promise protection for what you've done here.
Then can you at least tell the little one out there to not try and pull us as we're leaving?
Let's just, oh, thank you. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. So this is, okay.
They will do what they want to do. You will not interfere with them either. If they indeed survive.
Maybe it's a 2. I got it. Thank you. $5. Yeah. 3 better than hot. Thank you. 3 better than cheap.
Alright, well, I tried to get us rest in the cave, but apparently we can't have that.
Oh, okay then. Wow.
Thanks. Thank you, sir. If you see Emily back there, let her know how much.
Doesn't seem like there's very much left to say then.
Nope.
Um,
Damien's ready to dash out through the cavern.
well,
Little bit more.
Cat speaks the truth.
Maybe a little more
We're
direct.
leaving, but
Here we go.
we have no control over what they choose to do next. The people in the city.
More will come. They will feed the young the same as many have before.
Well,
There's nothing we can do about it, so I guess we'll just have to let the young be fed, and we hope that you reside in peace in this sacred place of yours. As much peace as, that people will allow you to have.
Leon.
Be on your way.
Just a bit.
I will make sure that you have left once you are claimed to have left.
Right.
Mm.
Well,
I'm ready to leave.
I guess we're leaving.
Yeah,
Yes. So
that was a
then,
nice dungeon. Thank you
was
for
a
making it,
session for
Chris.
Harlan
We'll
to
have to
leave.
return at some other point.
While we're turning around and leaving, I am gonna be like situating myself on Romulus's back to keep an eye behind us.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we're going. We
Yeah.
have failed multiple missions here.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just gonna dash.
So
Oh,
you're going to be leaving,
Yeah.
correct?
yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want to attack them if they're just living here and mining. And ultimately, it's Cat's mission, so.
Yeah. Ultimately, it is.
I just want to shoot something, anything. Hey, we're not going to during the shutdown, so I say screw it. No, you're right. Let's go. Hey, wait, what's
Okay.
that? Oh, flying saucer of some sort that is cracked.
So you leave the cave,
It's all for
exiting out into the open air once more.
So whose fault is it anyway? I'm here, right? At this particular galaxy, oh, you're always afraid to ask for directions.
Okay.
Well,
The first thing, with the talking, Yeah, well, I should have
That's
known
the
this
thing.
right with the
So
Just getting into it. See, just getting
now
healed.
what?
I need
I
to rest.
we
You know what?
do.
Heal a bit.
Why don't you do like a tennis show?
Okay, ultimately, yes, we
Well,
have
there's no-
failed. What are we going to tell them when we get back? We have done nothing we set out to do.
We got a flower.
True. They are.
Well, we got these as well. I'll hold up the platinum
Work the
pieces
what?
as well.
Tis
Work
true.
the what? Work the
And we
what?
got
really a
these points of
success.
wounds.
It's also true. I don't.
So,
Idea. What? Why don't you do it like 70s sports?
fill me in a bit. What was
With
the
as
purpose
many
of this
70s
mission?
references as
You
you
wanted
can shove in.
the place cleared out,
Yeah,
Mhm.
so they.
and Jade.
Yeah, so our main goal was to come here and clear out the mine.
Come on, let's get in the car and go over there.
I
And
feel
that was
very.
from the
That was from the
capital?
Pioneers Guild.
Pioneers.
Yes. But I feel very conflicted. I don't want to fight them, but at the same time, I don't want to just idly let people have to get down there, them getting killed, our people getting killed.
Oh, it's the big one.
But they
Well,
don't
the
seem
only
to
thing
want
I
to
think
negotiate.
the only thing I think we can do is we report back to the Pioneers Guild. We tell them what we found and that it's sacred. And if they turn around and finally tell us that that's actually what we're meant to be clearing because it's a danger or a hazard or something like that, then we either tell them what we actually think of it, or we come back and do it.
It's land of the Broodmother. If only we could just talk to the Broodmother. I feel that that's a dangerous thing to try and go down, but maybe there's.
Is anyone here proficient in religion?
I am, and history.
Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Hang on, let me just double check.
Damien, are you proficient in religion?
No, just history.
No, I'm not proficient. No, I'm not. I've just got.
No?
No,
You're not?
that would be a
No.
Lloyd.
No, I've
That
got
would be
history. I
Lloyd,
haven't
okay.
got religion.
Okay. So those of you proficient in without religion, then I'll say no.
No,
Okay, never mind.
no.
We lost our person for like everything.
Basically, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
We even
hard.
lost our person for standing back and let us do the fighting whilst he survived.
Yeah. Yeah. No, religion's intelligence. I don't have. Fan on that. You would think I would, wouldn't you? Okay.
Well, I think we should try and find out more about this then.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. I'm not really happy just walking away and leaving this situation.
No. A lot of people can get hurt, and
do we just keep an eye out for anybody else who might be who looks like they might be coming down here, ready to do it, as we're on our way back? At least until the cages, obviously, when it's a bit more difficult to tell.
Can do. I'd like to find out more about this potential brood mother.
Oh yeah, no, we can do that once we get up to Zaker's Crossing, unless somebody down here might know. I mean, we could always ask, I suppose.
There are people
Cat,
down here.
you have the scholar background, don't you? So you have researcher.
Yes, I do.
I'll say that you understand that the broodmother is probably referring to a religious icon, not a physical one.
Oh.
So whoever this broodmother is, you can probably research and find out about.
Okay. I need to find out if there's a library up there. Okay, alright. So, for a plan then, is how about we potentially go try and find out about this broodmother following and potentially see if there is a way we could negotiate when we've got more of an understanding of what it is they're trying to achieve? Because if it's sacred, then I'm assuming it's sacred to their religion. Why is it sacred to their religion? Maybe we can then come up with a counter-argument.
You wish to argue against religion?
No, but try and find a way that this can be resolved peacefully without everyone having to fight everyone all of the time. I know greed is going to play a massive part into this. People are going to want the jade. That's how that's
Yeah,
gonna be.
like your guild, your cataloger's guild, for example, who the reason you wanted to go down there as well as just
to start with, we were going for the pioneers. It was just a coincidence. But
yeah, and the cataloguers also paid for your spell
They
in order
did.
to get you back a piece of jade. So
So-
you're currently in debt to them
Yep.
now.
I also need to pay that back.
Ah,
Let's go.
Yeah.
And the information that I
that'll-
need in regard to Cychania, I have to pay for too. So
Yeah, so I think you're 500 gold in debt to the Catalogers Guild now because they got you a spell plus you used their supplies to put it in your book.
So
Wow.
yeah.
I hate this fucking city.
Yes, so do I. So do I. It's so much easier in the Beastlands.
I think everyone but Kay hates this city.
Yeah, Damien doesn't overly like it. He's not fussed by it too much, but he's not liking it that much.
Kay actually likes the city. When he has the money, he will be buying a house here.
So, we'll say this then. If you're heading back to the city, does someone want to give me a d20 random encounters roll to see if anything happens during your journey back? I'm not going to play out the whole sleeping and stuff
No,
if
fair.
you just want to head back.
Sure.
Because we
But
can get back.
I just want to say, before we leave, Kay probably feels like that they would hear him. He's going to hop off of Romulus, go to the entrance of the cave, and give a slight bow and apologize for destroying their webs and killing their kin. Hey, Kay wants to be nice to people, especially people like that. D20 roll.
Roll.
14.
Okay.
Okay. I will say on the way back it is uneventful. Nothing particularly happens, and then you arrive at the outside of the Ivy Hills. You can see that there are people kind of watching as you enter, kind of this strange band of individuals who left a few days ago and have just come back. As you otherwise begin to wander back in, there are people kind of leaning up against houses, kind of keeping an eye. Dwarves, elves, humans. Quite a lot of them just keeping an eye. Along with what look to be kind of these dark greenish skinned individuals, long noses, kind of floppy ears. Not quite goblins. They're taller, lankier.
I know Kay's gonna seem rude, but he's gonna ask what they are.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna wander up to one of them. Hello?
Okay. Breaking the silence of the streets as most people aren't talking to one another.
I don't
The
care.
individual otherwise looks down at you. What?
Uh, sorry for bothering you. I was just wondering, what are you? Never seen someone like you before.
The form, well, the individual crouches down, kind of very close to you, kind of their long, spindly, lanky legs kind of bending as they kneel down or kind of crouch down in front of you. I'm a gobkin. What's it to you?
Uh, curiosity and being able to identify people properly.
It stands. Well, now you know. Read it.
Gobkin. Interesting. Alright, yeah, Kay's gonna go back to the group now.
Nice.
I
Who's going
mean,
to pay the 1 silver to go back up the hang cages?
I can do that.
Oh, so it's the early hours of the day as you otherwise are arriving up, or midday actually around this time, given the time it would take you to get back.
Okay.
Actually, no, just past midday, sorry, because it's a day and a bit. So, yeah, just past midday as you arrive back. You take the hang cages up as they sway, kind of the wind blowing quite heavily through. You can see there's probably rain clouds on the distance as you're beginning to kind of swing backwards and forwards. Nobody else is in the cages at this current time, but as you otherwise make your way up, who was paying the silver?
Me.
Okay, so 5 silver out of your inventory. Okay. You dismount on the top. Where are you headed?
Now I've got to remember which window the hand cages are.
And also, you've got a vague grasp on the area if you want to just say where you want to try and head.
Well, where do you want to go immediately? Do you want to go to the Pioneers Guild or not? The Catalogers Guild? And
I think the Catalogers Guild might be the place to go to start with, because they might have information. If not, they can at least tell me where I can find information.
on
Potentially on
thing.
Brood
Okay.
Mother religion.
Okay.
Or following.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
If that's how you want to do it, yeah.
Unless any of you can, if any of you can think of anywhere else of finding information, and then we all re-meet up.
Not that I think
I don't know
of.
if there's a library or anything in this city.
Don't
But
know. I mean, we could ask a guard, is there a library? But I doubt it.
Could do. Okay, well, yeah, my idea at the moment, all it stands, is going to the cataloguers, and then if they have no information, they can at least point me in a direction where I could get some information.
Yeah, I think that's the best option.
Yeah, if you lot have any ideas, then great, but I don't think anyone's got any contacts here.
No, not really.
Fair. Okay.
So you,
yeah, I don't
what were
really
you
know
going
what
to
the
do?
best-
So, to the Catalogers Guild to have a chat.
Okay. Heading to the Catalogers Guild. Easy enough. You know where you're going. As you otherwise get to the door, the individual otherwise, what's his name?
That's what I'm looking at now. Where is it? Guild. Why did I put oof? That doesn't give me a name. Guido? No, it's not Guido. Vix? No.
What was it?
I don't know, I've just wrote down a load of random names, and I'm not too sure why I did that. Got Guido and Vix. Associate. No, that'll be...
I think it's...
That was the other guild, wasn't it? Syndrix? No.
Factions and companies. Catalogers Guild.
I don't even have a name. I just got a halfling opens the door, then turns into a Morven, so I don't even have a name.
Guido Vix.
Vix. Oh, it was Vix. Okay. Right. Guido Vix. Okay.
Okay. You open the door to the door. You open the door to the Catalogers Guild as the individual otherwise looks out and kind of welcomes you and Romulus in. Come in, come in. As you otherwise head in, he transforms back. So, that was a quick journey. Did you get the jade?
Not yet. We've stumbled across something.
Right.
Have you ever heard of the Broodmother?
Yeah.
What are they about? They were claiming that everything in that mine is sacred, and they were very adamant. They have killed a lot of people down there.
Yeah, they do. All the time.
So,
They raid the Ivy Hills and they take hostages.
hostages?
They take them, they kill them, wrap them up, sacrifice them to the Broodmother. And occasionally we get spider-ish folk come through. They replace them. Make these weird hybrids. They're more aggressive. A few of them have learnt to live with their quote-unquote curse. But other than that, it's mainly just they take people, turn them into their prime image, and then disappear.
Have they
The
taken...
jade is probably sacred to them, but it's probably a catalyst that they can use to turn people into spiders.
Oh, so they're using that to experiment on people.
Possibly.
Okay. Have there been...
I don't know the full detail.
Fair. Has there been any reports of innocents being taken, or are they all adventurers?
Plenty of innocents. Most people who live down in the Ivy Hills are thugs, adventurers, or people of the sort, or craftsmen of some design. I don't know exactly who gets taken. It's not my business. It's not my job.
No, that's understandable. I was just
And if
coming
you ask
to...
anyone down there, they'll probably clam up about it. They're not a huge fan of them, as they just tell you kill them straight out. I can't say I know much. Reports on this sort of thing aren't really kept in my books, and unless you got a good standing with one of the upper houses, it's not going to be easy to do.
So the information on them isn't free, so to say.
I'd say it's more locked behind bars. They're not exactly one that's likely to tell anyone. Even information brokers are quite thin on that area. They don't like to get involved in the spider politics. Ivy Hills are their own thing. There are a few who do, but can't say I know where to look.
Okay. Right. That's given us a fair chunk of information. Hopefully you can make an informed decision. As far as we were concerned, we were raiding their sanctuary, essentially, and taking what was theirs.
There, then he does air quotes, sanctuary. It's further into the gorge. It's a large underground mass of spider webs and stuff. They grow and mutate new spider species and then send them out in the wild to hunt and learn. There are a few that they've bred that are massive beasts, taking down giant crocodiles on their own. Horrible things that they make. And like I said, they make hybrids. They're constantly trying to evolve and appease their broodmother's will.
Okay.
I assume you must have met one of them in order to meet this condition?
Yeah. We did, and he
What was the individual like?
He... aggressive, but wasn't straight up aggressive. As we approached, he turned around and gave us a chance to leave. We had a very, very short conversation in regards to wanting us to leave and that the jade was sacred.
Any abnormalities, appearances, any descriptions, anything?
Okay. So, it was an elvish kind of figure? Had
That
a
makes
giant
sense.
spider behind him.
Right.
I am correct in saying he had pale skin, aren't I?
You couldn't see the skin color because it was in darkness or dim light.
Okay, right. Couldn't quite make out the skin color because it was dark, like it wasn't very clear. But there was a lot of eggs down there, or potentially nests. Like, a lot.
So they've got, at the very least, one brood tender down there then.
A brood tender. Okay.
Brood tenders are basically the ones that lay the eggs and makes the eggs hatch. Spiderlings will attack anything that come into their general vicinity. But other than other spiderlings and who I'm going to assume are silk spinners. That's what we call them anyway.
Okay.
They're mages. Not super powerful ones, but they're capable. You could definitely see one of them taking down your party if you're not careful.
Oh, noted. Okay. We did find this. I'm going to give him the... I think I had two thingies. Oh, come on.
Mandibles.
Yeah, that's the one. 2 mandibles and the vial of poison. I'm going to give him them. We got them from the spiders outside. The spiders inside were different. They hunted from the ceiling, lowered down very, very strong threads of web and dragged people in. There was also giant fleas in the water.
Water fleas.
Yeah, they were.
They culminate in a body of water that's usually plagued with bodies.
Fair. Well, that was really quite something. We got out. No one got too badly hurt, but yeah, one of the spiders that dangled the thread was killed and then devoured by the fleas. The other one we wounded and it fell back.
Sounds about right.
So, but yeah,
Water fleas are cannibalistic. They'll eat one another if they get hungry.
Oh, interesting.
They breed rapidly and they can eat vegetation or meat, but once they've run out of food, they cannibalize each other until there's none of them left.
Right. Okay. Well, that's noted. But I'll hand over what we've got. I'm gonna, now that I've got a bit more information and have more of an understanding of what's going on, I will go to talk to the party and see how we're now going to handle this situation. But we shall be back. But thank you for that information you have given us.
That's all right.
Cool.
So does this mean you're not going to be going and getting the jade?
We may be. We would like to.
Well, make sure you get there before somebody else clears it, because if somebody else clears it, you're not going to get any jade and you're going to owe me.
Yep.
It's 500 gold aside I put for that.
I am fully aware, and I will make sure that everything is always squared up.
Good.
Okay, I will head out back to the party then.
Okay.
Okay.
Heading back out to the party, do you want to call it there, and then I'll let you guys discuss during planning next week, which will be the last session of the year?
Yeah.
It would be a good idea, especially because Harlem will be there.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. Well, for the stream, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, we will see you next week. And if we end up for some reason being unable to make next week, we will see you in the new year. So,
Yeah.
thank you.